Well, I see it coming up.
I see
Hey,
it.
look, I'm in the bottom left.
That's
How so? I guess you could say it's the margin of error. Is anyone even in the chat right now? And no one's even watching to appreciate how bad that pun was. I'm very
I don't
upset.
think so yet.
I think this should just be the
We did a
stream.
stream
Just
glitch.
you looking confused.
The entirety of the stream. Just to confuse Lee.
I'm also viewing.
I am also
That's a
viewing.
fun fact. Jesus Christ.
I don't think you count like yourself. And I think it needs to be a little bit for it to.
Don't you need like consent for that? Isn't that important?
Me too.
I think we established there was consent before the scene began. But if he would like to use the safe word, on the other hand.
Yes. Pineapple.
Fucking hell, that's a common one, isn't it?
Well, here's the thing. I can tell you. In any improv show, the most common suggestion you will get is dildo, because it's a funny sounding word and people think they're clever and gonna make a fun show out of it. The second most common is pineapple, because people think it's an interesting sounding word to say, and people think pineapple. No one ever says pineapple. I'm totally creative by doing that, but everyone fucking says pineapple.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could do that.
I sadly only have one beer that I like.
I got a. Oh, it's empty. There's nothing in there.
Are you just drinking straight Kahlua? Is that what that is? That's gross.
Yeah, why?
What is that?
Is that like chocolate milk? Is that Fairlife chocolate milk? Oh.
Oh my god. Starbucks? Is that what that was? Yeah. No,
I mean, like
actually,
audio
no.
wise?
I don't hear you, but I hear myself. But say something. Yeah, no, nothing from you.
I like watching the streamer now. I got a recursion loop. You can see me down to infinity.
Try one. Just try one. No.
This is
All right, here it is. Boom. Okay. Do you hear me now?
Yeah, I do.
Okay. Good. What's the two errors? Dropped frames. Oh fuck! I wasn't finished downloading this VoD. All right, the VoD is finished downloading on my laptop, so we should be clear sailing. But we have had some dropped frames. But coming back to Ven here.
me, the one I am.
Have I actually put the stream on you? Yes, I have. Yes, I have. Okay. Beautiful. Here we are. The beginning is going to go on with technical difficulties. Here is, and Venher is awakened from his floating pyramid. He sees a lot of destruction below him in the land he is blighted with blindness.
Good.
He sees sort of evidence of a fight and tracks leading into a half-collapsed hallway into some underground structure. Seems to have been sheared by his spell silo blast. And he gets the feeling that his adherents are down there.
Well, let's see what the mortals have got themselves up to while the gods been napping.
A long marble hallway stretches out before you. As you walk down it, you see two blind monks to your south. You can roll insight because they don't seem to have noticed you yet. But there's something they're not moving. You don't know if they've noticed you yet.
All right, insight.
What's your roll? All right.
18 or 33.
You get the sense that they are not seeing with their eyes on account of the fact that you've blinded them and they don't have a way to cure it.
They figured out a way to get around it, or those bastards?
They don't see you though, and because they can't see, they don't seem to have sensed you either, and they're heading off to the south.
All right. Well, for now, I see no reason to alert them in my presence. They probably won't be big fans, despite the fact that they, really are intimately familiar with one of my greatest works.
They owe a lot to you.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, without me, they would just be normal monks, and everyone knows blind monks are at least 6 times as cool.
And more powerful.
But of course, so
Eh,
you just want to stroll in here.
well, I'm wondering, what's this thing to the right of me right now? Or technically the left as the screen sees it, but the right as my character's
Your
facing.
west is a door.
Well, I'm going to check out that door.
Okay. It is a rolling circular stone door. It gives way if you push. You can roll it out of the way.
I do that.
You see sort of an overturned area that looks like it was perhaps once an office, but there's now just like suggestions of human habitation around, like maybe people rested here. Some like hard like some sheets and straw on the floor. It doesn't seem like it's been used for anything literary for centuries.
Well, at least I wiped out the written word. Okay, might as well continue on. No need to lower myself to the flea-bitten hovels of the inhabitants of this land.
Alright. On your left, you notice an open door, and through it, a large library full of tomes and scrolls. Yeah, couldn't have set you a buff better for that one if I tried. You also notice, you smell ash and burning and charred stuff.
I'm going to go check out the library and see if that happens to be the source of the smell.
Yeah, it definitely is, and the ashenness is definitely to the east, close to sort of like a central area. It looks like some of the shelves closest to this blue stone floor have been burned a bit. And there's also like embers and burn marks and ash on the far side of it.
All right. As I step into the room, I kind of glance at the bookshelves. Do I recognize any of the titles or any of the tomes?
Let's see. Well, there's the myth of Bianziriak. There's and you just notice a scroll. You just like kind of like tilt something off the shelf. You see it's a scroll of the spell Jump. You recognize the myth of Bianziriak. You think he was an elf you knew. He lived for a long time before the elf disease caught up to him and he was hauled out and no longer himself. Some people said he was even going to live to see 4,000 years, still bopping around. He was a very cheerful man, a bard, but came for him like it comes for all of them. A cheap, fake immortality, nothing like a godhood. The elven longevity.
Yeah, they need to get good. All right. Well, I imagine the burnt bookshelves are signs of my followers, so I'm going to continue that direction.
Of course. How could there be a library in this game that did get burned down?
I was considering burning it down, but it seems to be a largely secular library. If it was like a library of religious texts, I might have finished the job.
You come to this intersection, or I mean, you're outside the intersection right now. You can tell it's like the green areas seem to be libraries, and the blue seems to be something.
I can't actually see past the first squares of the blue area.
You see, oops. Boop.
There we go.
You see weird shards on the ground. They strike you as immediately off. There's something of the VoD in them. Terrible damage has been done here, although it is, in the fullness of things, in terms of the architecture, just superficial scarring. You see a smashed glass case on a raised plinth to your left, and to your right you see an office with a looted desk and some sort of magical hole bored into this, leading to some sort of worship area.
Well, that sounds interesting.
Indeed. Meanwhile, as I assume you're going to step through the hole?
Well, I'm going to look at the hole first. Like, we talk about, was it bored with magic, or is the hole itself some sort of magical?
It looks like there's been a perfect, like, 5x5 hole opened up twice here. You recognize the signature on the weave. Not only was this a magic spell, but it was cast by one of your disciples.
Ah, clearly I'm on the trail. Yeah, I'm going to go through it.
Meanwhile, all right, so we cut back to Joyfried the Unrepentant, fresh off shattering the Blade of the Stars on that steel golem, and she's barely alive, and the smoldering bits of it are around the corrupted pool. The heart seed burns at her soul. What do you do?
Well, Joyfried, she breathes in and out, gets herself steadied, and decides that she's going to go find the tool. Kraz. Alright.
I'm glad that's what we're calling him now.
I have a name.
That's not my name. Yep. So, Joyfried enters the worship area with some still smoldering heart seed flames, right as Venher does. You guys kind of catch sight of each other. Venher coming out of the hole Kraz opened, Joyfried walking through an open door in this emptied out worship place of Volvorian.
By the way, since I'm at like 1 HP, I'm kind of like, I'm visibly injured. I'm like, I've got battle scars and I'm dragging my shit, like my sword,
All right. Shame that.
Do you say that? What does Venher say when he sees her?
I probably don't say anything. I'm probably just like look at her and judge silently.
That's exactly the same thing my character does.
Are you
Actually,
judging,
no.
Are you judging a god?
Minus the judgmental part, but she like looks at her god and she's like, "Yeah, this just happened," but she doesn't say anything. And then she gestures at Kraz, who's on the floor.
Yeah, Cross is stabilized, but not looking very good.
Well, that's unfortunate for them.
Mm. Also, at first glance, you notice something's a little bit different about your followers. You're not quite sure what it is, though. You could roll Arcana if you wanted to know.
I do want to know. I must know.
You realize that not only is Joyfried carrying the Heartseed, which, you expected her to do, it seems to be bleeding green. Bleeding green with the blood of the millions of elves Telementia, goddess of torture, sacrificed to it in an attempt to unlock its secrets. It seems to have oozed its energy on this place. You recognize the scarring from earlier as, some of its handiwork. And you feel like there's something of it in Joyfried and Kraz, even though the spite within them rejects it, fights at it like a parasite. It seems to be, in some small way, animating them now.
Huh.
Small, like a seed.
Oh my god.
Ew.
All right.
All right.
I take note of that. I look at the fact that my 2 followers in this world are almost dead, and I think about how useless they are without me.
That's fair.
I also don't have any healing spells. Even if I wanted to do anything, I can't.
You have... Oh, well, those might be miracles.
I have cheat death, but I'm not going to throw a miracle down on this.
That's fair. If we could... Well, the fucking cleric doesn't have any healing spells either.
The cleric does have healing spells. They've been used.
Sure they have.
Anyone want to slap Kraz awake, then, if none of you can heal?
Oh, yeah, alright. So if I can just keep walking, I'm gonna go over to Kraz, and I'm gonna kneel next to the bastard lizard folk person. I'm just gonna slap him silly on the face.
Alright, Kraz, make a con save.
Wait, should I do like a healing check or some shit?
Yeah, you can do a medicine if you want.
Let me administer the cure! Ha!
Alright.
Yeah, let me check my stats real quick just so I can, like, find that. Alright, let's see. Medicine. Yeah. Alright.
Well, that's a really a medicinal slap. Yeah, no, you kind of slap his face, kind of winces in pain.
Dislocated
It doesn't seem to rouse him. You feel like if you wait, he might wake up, but you also get the feeling that throwing him in the corrupted pool would probably do the job.
Yeah. Alright, so my character actually at this point would just simply say to Ven here, I think we still need this guy. He's not shaken up. Anything you can do? Not sure I've got any anything I can do.
I walk up to him.
Down on my powers.
And I kick him a little bit.
Alright. Kraz, give me a constitution save.
That one.
Fuck you.
Kraz seems to be choking on his own blood.
Nope. I've done all I could.
Alright, well my character then says, there's one other thing I can suggest.
And that is?
When we went into this... Sorry. When we entered this temple, there was a holy pool that was capable of healing, I'm assuming, good aligned people, of which we are not quite exactly. And in the process of taking this temple, we might have corrupted it with the Heartseed, and it can heal us now.
Well,
But
throw
I don't
him
know.
in then.
It makes moss grow on us. It's probably not something all that wholesome. You want me to throw him in there, though? It'll heal him up.
I'd say throw him in. I'm curious about this moss. In a past life, I collected lichens and mosses.
Like lichens?
Nope.
Okay.
Your
A
body is
lichen
broken.
is like a lich chicken, incredibly rare, because very few of them possess the innate magical ability to turn themselves into a lich. But they have a lot of opportunities to transfer the soul as they're dying, because if you cut a chicken's head off, it takes a while for it to die.
My character silently judges her god.
If you weren't this close to being dead, I would god hand you.
Alright, I'm gonna do, I guess I'll do an athletics check to hoist the lizard onto my back.
Jesus!
You kind of like try and pick him up, and then you kind of like fall over with Lizard Man on you. You get the feeling that maybe this is a dragging operation at this point in time, given how beat up you are.
Alright, I'm gonna drag him then.
Alright, drag that bitch. Yes.
What do I do?
No.
Anything?
No, you can just drag him. If you like, it's taking like a few minutes as you like pull him, but you can just do it. You get cross.
Oh wait, I think I do have a healing spell. Yes, I do. Never mind.
Venher is taking a little bit aback as he sees the weird moss and stuff in the other room. It reminds him of the worlds before he became a god. Very typical of the Heartseed's handiwork. And this is clearly a corrupted healing pool of Volvorian. It's turned to sort of like a green, jello-y stuff, and he sees smoldering bits of steel around as well.
Well, this is all a good sign. Throw him in and see what happens. Also, you might need some healing too, so if it goes well for him.
Alright, well, my character's gonna jump in as well.
Indeed.
I mean, we might as well just wallow in this shit.
Alright, both of you roll a 1d8.
If you both roll ones, we're gonna have an issue.
That's like basically a 1.
We've been rolling a lot of ones.
Jesus Christ! Actually, no.
God.
Venher, god of spite!
Alright, so you guys heal a little. Kral, you shoot awake, submerged in the green pool, and as you come up, you see your god standing before you.
Hello! where did you come from?
I cannot even have a brief respite without you coming to death's door.
Apparently not. Seems like we truly need your guidance, not only spiritually, but also physically.
Quite.
My character wants to physically guide Kraz, but she's not going to.
Alright.
Like-
You guys can roll. So, like, every 10 minutes you spend there, you can roll another d8.
Well, I'm in no rush.
You can also,
extend-
you can also just take a short rest in there.
I mean, we could, sure. But what about those blind monks?
What about those
blind
monks?
So I'm assuming that when they were in my line of sight, I saw them.
You mean the ones at the intersection? Yeah. You saw them. They seemed to be out of tremor sense of you. They didn't seem to be coming this way at the time.
Well, they're Avatar the Last Airbender Toth style, I guess.
I think we probably killed her already.
You killed Toth?
At least what was left of her. She was some floating mask at this point.
A floating
I'm
mask.
deeply.
I didn't really ask her who she was, though.
Are these blind monks any difficulty to dispatch?
They're pretty annoying, my character said.
Yay.
We've killed quite a few of them, yeah, but they're pretty annoying.
So, what I can do is we can either rest, get a little short rest, or I can expend a spell slot. I have 2 for healing.
Just take a short rest.
I mean, yeah, feel free to, occupy yourself, my character says. Those monks, I'm sure, would be some fun for you.
So as you take your short rest, I would say as Venher sees them settle into the pool, he sees on a different level from them. He sees the weave very clearly in his eyes, and he sees it pulsing with something ungodly, seeping further into them. And they can roll as many hit die as they want, and they don't get spent for the short rest.
What does that mean?
That means, like, you can roll your maximum hit die, but you don't actually spend any of your hit die. Think of it as you roll a hit die and immediately get it back.
So it's basically just like healing full, right?
Yeah, you can't spend more hit die than you have, though.
Okay, so God, is there an easier way to do this? So we go D8 plus 4. There's not like a way to repeat, is there? Fuck it, I'll just press the button a bunch of times.
Does
That's
Venir hang out for this process, or does he...
What's my dice? I forget what my dice is.
You're a D10.
Oh yeah, and my constitution. Look at that. That's +2. Okay.
Where is that music coming from, and are you sure it's not going to get the stream muted?
Oh, that's my sister. She's playing the piano.
Oh, okay. Well,
piano shouldn't do that.
unless
Question mark.
unless she's really good, I don't think she's going to trigger a copyright
She's
strike.
not really good.
Damn.
I need to tell her to shut up though. Let me roll my hit dice and
No,
so
it's fine.
2.
I like the
let's see. I guess I have 16 plus.
While we're working out their maths,
Here.
Yeah.
Igna, what would it do to someone who is, a servant of mine?
Maligna, like the liquid.
Yes.
If they were Kraz or Joyfried, they would probably restore some of their spite.
Would it purify them at all?
Yes. It probably wouldn't be a fun experience to be them while it purifies
That's
them.
why
but
I
it
won't
would-
tell them it's going to happen.
Oh, she's gone. She come back?
But yeah, you could. Do you want to just be like making like bottles of haterade while they're resting?
I'm going to wait till they get out, then I'm just going to cast Create Maligna right above both their heads.
Wait, what are you casting?
Wait, have you not been
Once
doing
the
the shit
rest
this
of
whole
the short
time?
rest, nothing you need to worry about.
Have we not been what?
Pat, have you not been wearing a shirt this whole time?
Well, she has. Right?
Oh, this is a crop top. Well, it's a sports bra, but whatever.
I was like,
No, I haven't been wearing a shirt this whole time. I'm just streaming from the waist up, so it's not like anybody's looking.
nah, it's fine. Trust me. You can get away
I don't
with
wear pants in any of these streams.
You can get away
Yeah,
with way more on Twitch. It's not a problem. So yeah, you guys hang out in this cool, relaxing green sauna of goop with floating bits of destroyed metal guardian that tried to murder you.
My character's like, yeah, that's just tight.
And Venher is just discreetly casting his cantrip over and over again to produce Maligna.
What's Maligna?
Well, I think the idea is I probably don't need a ton to just,
It's-
bathe them in it, so I'm just going to wait till they get out and pass it over their heads.
It's concentrated liquid spite.
Oh, that's kinky.
I want to bottle it.
But you
I
can't.
think Cross can use it as a material component for some of
I use it as a component, so.
Well, you might be able to scoop some off yourself in a few minutes.
I'll let the Maligna flow over me.
Backpack.
Well, I'm going to wait till you guys get out the pool.
Yeah, so you guys are refreshed with a green shimmer to your pallor, looking very healthy. As Kraz emerges, he reminds you of some of the primordial dinosaurs of the world before.
And then Maligna on his head.
Some of that red sticky ichor gets on his head, and if it gets in his eyes, let's just say this ain't no pearl just for me kitty shampoo. This
Well, not
is-
like on. I want it to be like above his head, so it rains down like a red shower, if you would.
Yeah, you give him a red shower. It is not a tear-free red shower. He feels the spite growing within him, and you feel the spite growing within him.
Good.
Sounds like
Yes.
when I lost my
You
virginity.
your spite.
Oh God, Danielle.
Pour that maligna over me.
But get out of the pool first.
Okay, well, alright.
I can move the token.
And Maligna.
You guys feel really kind of weird, like a sizzling, and then pain. A bit of pain.
Ow.
Not too much pain. As Cross is burned for 1 damage and Joyfree 3 damage, and Cross is burned for Joyfree is burned for 1 damage. Cross 3, and you feel like some of the Heartseed's nest stops overcoming you. But Joyfree still seems pretty connected on account of carrying the Heartseed with her.
Gotta fix that. Sorry, gotta fix that.
So yeah.
Let's get rid of this, John.
Yeah, for the
All
moment,
right.
both the Heartseed and Cross remain necessary tools.
Alright,
Alright.
my character, actually, she's gonna slap Cross beside the back of the head.
Like painfully or
Painfully, yeah. Not like to inflict damage, but like,
yeah, just like kind of like being a dick. Yeah. Okay.
yeah. And she's like, "That's for leaving me to deal with the fucking boss, you coward. Dying like that. Weak."
No, you could cure wounds, wake me up inside.
My character's not going to dignify that with a response.
All right.
He's just like March.
Have you managed to locate the orrery?
Yeah,
Seen it,
no,
right? Yeah.
Yeah, you have. It's to the northeast.
Yeah. I'm like, yeah, it's a.
You've
that way.
seen the crystal door.
Oh yeah, I see it. All right.
You do?
Well, yeah. Actually, I barely have line of sight on it through like a billion doorways. I can just see like a
Oh
blue.
yeah, you can. There's a way to project what you can see on Roll20. Speed, which is Zoom working again? Yes, it is. For reference, everyone, that's what Venher looks like.
Oh, hey, nice. I'll have to incorporate that into my drawings when I get around to those.
So yeah, I suppose the party goes forth.
Yes.
How do we get rid of that picture of Ben here? Okay, dope.
You just click. It should go away.
How dare you dismiss the image of your god?
I'm
He's
looking
too
at my
thick.
god right here, brah. I got many images of my god. I'm wearing one, I'm sure.
Are you? Do I sell like buttons? Like
Probably.
with spite.
I don't know if they do like face casts. Maybe that's what the mask is. Maybe you have like a visage of spite. But at least the rune of spite.
We have shirts that say like with spite or like spite we can believe in.
Oh my god.
Yeah, actually, she's wearing her Spite We Can Believe In t-shirt from, 2018 BC.
With her what would Ven here do wristband?
hmm
Yeah.
What's the name of this world?
This like planet.
Yeah.
Forward.
I mean, I think that depends on like what you mean. Like the
To Venher, if he was to name this planet, what would the name he would use to describe it be?
Yes.
Orbis is what it was called before.
Okay. Make Orbis spiteful again.
I
Oh,
love it.
God.
Let's do it.
That one comes on hats.
All right, so you guys.
What color are they?
Helmet version.
Oh,
The hats are purple.
social commentary edition. All right, so you guys You guys make it to the blue stone before the crystal door, this like intersection of fine marble and such, and you see the orrery arrayed before you. This magical projection of all the spheres of Orbis, the sun, various other planetary bodies. The Oort cloud beyond is sort of like the outer rim of this orrery, and then the icy moon just sort of orbiting around Orbis. And yeah, you stand before the crystal door. You, Venher, can't go in here without fucking things up. The orrery is
exactly where I am.
A very delicate arcanum, and you can't get too close without your very existence compromising its functionality. That's why you can't do this on your own. And Joyfried cannot approach past the crystal door, because to do so she would have to destroy it, and to destroy it would also defeat the purpose. She could go in if it was open, though, and Kraz, of course, knows the secret to opening it, which is that he must lay both hands upon it, and, as a duly marked cleric of Volvorian, repeat the blessing of Volvorian's blessing, the blessing of light. Which
I like that your god's name is basically the outer part of female genitalia.
Wait, which one? Oh my. Okay.
I slid it in your DMs.
No. I was responding to her. All right, so I can't see myself because I have Discord up so I can see it. So I put both hands on, and I repeat, every lesser light grows dim, other light fails to bend. I solemnly swear my lord Volvorian's light, put into my hands by his might, shall serve only his intentions. Should I so swear from his most righteous path, may my irons be put out. Which hey, that fucking happens.
Roll deception with advantage.
Oh God.
My character's rolling her eyes aggressively.
Hey, that's a 15.
The door melts in front of you.
And then I take away your eyesight, because I think it'd be funny.
Am I blind now? Like, actually?
I mean, yeah, if he can do it as a free action.
Then after a second of panic, I give it back.
Okay.
The orrery lies beyond. The orrery serves one obvious function and one less obvious function. One, it projects the solar system, but another is that it hyper-focuses the interior of the orrery sphere, if you will, and it has like a natural levitation field where anything that breaks the barrier of its outerness trends towards the center. Yeah, so like if you chucked a coin at it, any point on it would float towards the center.
So it's like gravity.
It's like there's a central it's a gravitational well, yeah. It's a miniature kinematic field.
Nice. Alright, so with the door open, my character can actually go in now, right?
Correct. You don't feel good about it, though. Something twists in your gut.
Okay, do I not feel good about it because of external forces, or do I personally...
It's like things that are in you don't want to be here. The Heartseed sees it all as wrong. The spite in your body wants to spite it. And the presence of light is still very strong here in spite of the god's death. I think you were born after the god of light died. You never knew what it was for there to really be another living god around. But here, you're starting to get an idea of what it was like. A taste of the suggestion that maybe Venher isn't the strongest thing out there. It's unsettling on multiple levels. One, because Volvorian's energy naturally rejects Venher's, and two, because it is, shall we say, a seed of doubt. So yeah, what do you guys do? You walk into the orrery?
Alright, my character's actually going to... I'm assuming she has the seed heart, or the heart seed in her backpack.
Yep.
She's actually going to, kind of drop her sack off her shoulder, and she's going to hand it to Kraz, and she's going to be like, your turn.
Does it have the
Oh,
heart seed
now
in
I'm
it?
the delivery boy too, and I grab it.
Does it have the heart seed in it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kraz reaches out and tries to hold it, and like a green flame burns through the grasp on the backpack, and like it hurts Kraz. And he goes, like his eyes go cross for a second, and like a green field
Oh God.
overcomes his sight, almost as bad as the blackness of the blinding incurred by Venher. And yeah, you get the feeling that only you will be able to bear the heart seed, even though it will pain you.
My character resigns, and she's
All right.
puts the backpack back over her shoulder. All right, then let's do it together, shall we?
Kraz, you know the incantations to operate the orrery, to examine magical artifacts that could be used to identify things, to scan through rune cubes, to do all sorts of magics now long lost. It shouldn't be too hard to just point this thing at the part seed once it's in there. But you're not going to be able to help her carry it.
All right. Yep. Let's go.
Oh, yeah, my character's like, I'll carry it, but I have no idea what I'm doing in there aside from destroying this John, so...
That's fine. Once it's in, I should be able to do things.
Alright. Let's go. My character reluctantly walks into the orrery.
All right, you call this gilded edge and this floating sphere with its own gravitational pull and this weird display of the solar system. And as you come up to range to give a little leak putt, you Danielle make a charisma save.
Yeah.
From back here, Venhir sees what looks like there's a storm in the weave. A remnant, an echo of the death rattle of Volvorian, which is, kind of sweet to see. But all of a sudden, this storm cloud, it arcs out a lightning bolt across the weave to strike at Joyfried's very soul. And Joyfried don't like that. Joyfried have bad time. You feel a pang in your heart. And you falter for an instant, and in that instant, you see the stars far away. You're reminded of the light when the sword of the stars shattered, killing that steel guardian, and you feel small, like the light is burning something off you. And as your sight returns, you feel less weighted down by the heart seed.
Interesting.
Yep. So you're within toss range if you want to give it a throw.
Okay. Well, would throwing it be advantageous, or should I directly?
You can walk up and just ploop it onto the edge if you'd like.
All right. I'm gonna directly bloop it then.
All right. Each step is painful, but you can do it.
Yeah. All right. My character agonizingly steps forward towards. I have to go to the circle, right? Towards the orrery. And then she brings her backpack out, and then she reaches into her backpack and wrenches out the heart seed and thrusts it forward into the orrery.
Pop. So at first it's resisting harder and harder. Like as you try and get it up to the edge of the orrery, it's like shaking, it's not going. But then as it touches the surface, instantly the energy that was pushing it away reverses fields. And as every star in the orrery turns green, the heart seed snaps to the center. And suddenly, all of the celestial bodies are still. And then they begin to melt and turn to sand, and then brush around, forming a new Oort cloud of dancing green sands. Kraz, you've never seen the orrery respond exactly like this before, and you are reminded of that story of the ever-burning clock tower from Kronos' experiments with the heart seed. But I mean, fuck it, right? YOLO. Want to make that Arcana roll, buddy? Arcana roll to operate the orrery? This begins to reach Venher's attentions, because this is basically the information he needs. Kraz, he incants a
I'm gonna step
ritual.
back.
He rotates the heartseed, and beams of light shoot out from the edge at it, and then different beams shoot out. Prismatic. White light in, rainbows out. Another beam, again and again, till the room begins to be bathed in rainbow light, but the glinting suggestions of runes dancing on the edge of the globe do not yet reveal the secret that he has come seeking. A hint that will lead him to the location of the graven truth. So, Kraz, you're going to roll Arcana again, and then Max, you're also going to roll Arcana. Because Kraz is seeing how well he works the orrery, and you are seeing if you can divine the clues necessary.
Oh my god.
Is there anything my character can do?
You got a fucking nat one.
Stop saying oh my gosh, just say oh myself.
I would say you could roll Arcana with disadvantage. You don't know quite what to look for, but you know enough to perhaps glean something of use.
Then should I still roll Arcana even though we fucked up big time?
Yeah, you'll still roll Arcana. It'll just be a lot harder given he fucked up.
You have a -1 on Arcana? How the fuck, you idiot?
I'm a cleric. Intelligence isn't needed.
Max just nailed a nigh impossible, so while it's cool to see... Yeah, okay. So, Pat, you pick out something interesting. You see a symbol you've come to associate. It's like 4 arrows in a circle. Something you've come to associate with something known as the Graven Truth. You're not quite sure what it is, other than maybe it has something to do with the VoD or magic. And you see its symbol is surrounded by what appears to be the silhouette of the moon. Max, Venher sees exactly what he needs to see. He maps in his mind mentally a series of coordinates that appear floating amidst the runes on the edge. And he sees that the heartseed is calling to something. Or perhaps something calls to the heartseed? It's not exactly clear, but it has a stink on it. A stink of that most elusive of truths. The graven truth. This graven truth is the secret to manipulating the very universe as it is. Scholars speak of it as a binding coda that enforces the laws of the universe upon this plane of existence. And it's speculated to be somewhere impossible to reach. Impossible until the heartseed just told you exactly where to go to do it.
Well.
You don't know.
Despite all of your spite, you god of light. Oh, that rhymed. It all comes up Venher in the end.
Mm-hmm. You hear a woman's voice echoing behind you. Nobody but Venher recognizes it. The seed. Roll a quick int save for me, Venher.
Intelligence?
Also, yeah, and do you want to turn around and try and see her? Or do you want to turn towards the source of the voice?
I probably do.
That'll be a separate dex save.
Alright. I may be a god, but...
Damn, you know that voice, but by the time you've turned around, there's nobody there.
Well, off to the far reaches of space.
Well, the coordinates that you've recorded are actually on the border of your realm. It seems that right on the outside of your border wall the whole time, that couldn't be it, could it? Is that really where the graven truth lies? Within the mantle? See, I mean, surely dwarves have delved that deep. It doesn't seem like it can be true, but the information is undeniable. There's something there, something related to the heart seed. You're not sure what.
Well, I suppose we shall find out.
Mm.
All right, well, I believe we're done here. Is that correct, operator of the orrery?
Cross, he's talking
I
to you.
believe so. Yes.
All right. I'm
Talk
going to cast Warp Globe Recall. Get us out of here.
Yep.
Wait, do we have to grab the heart seed? Take it with us?
Well, I mean, he takes 2 actions to cast Warp Globe Recall, actually, so you have time.
Okay.
If you put your hand to the edge of it, the heart seed begins to return to you, slowly.
Okay. Do I have to roll for that, or does it just automatically happen?
Like calls to like, and it seems
I
to
don't like-
recognize you.
Okay.
As it wetly slurps onto your palm,
Lord.
the Warp Globe Recall finishes.
We got Schlorping. We had Slime the last session. This is...
I know. If this was a kinky game, this would totally be up my alley, but...
It's not that. Just to spite you.
Hey!
Oof.
Yeah, you guys, the Scooby Gang finds themselves back in the throne room. Floating above the dead and blinded city in a blighted realm of Venher's dead foe. As I make him a drawing so he can sit on his throne.
My character feels spited that they didn't kill the last 2 monks. For the record.
Good.
All according to plan.
No one is spited if there was no one left alive.
There you go.
We can kill the monks, but, you know... Then they're just dead.
My character's like, yeah, I guess our god knows best, huh? He's still disappointed, though.
Kraz,
Yes.
do you take a closer look at any of the things that... Does anybody take a closer look at anything that they took with them from the library?
Yeah, let me
No.
open up that book that I stole.
Can you remind me of the title?
1 sec.
I have the Chronicles of
literacy.
Time.
You have Untotaled Time, a treatise on
Yeah.
Cronus' last theory.
Yeah.
I got the one about the necromancy. I got the one about raising a dead army or something.
Okay. Anybody?
Bones. It has bones in it.
So Venher, you you know where to go. You know how to schedule the return flight. You also know that it's long enough that you're going to have to take a long rest between now and then.
All right. Sounds like a plan, then.
All right. So do you chart the course and just send the pyramid floating?
Yes.
All right. As the journey happens, anybody who wants to read a book,
I shall.
can roll either Arcana or History, depending on the book. I think in both of your cases that would be Arcana. And
Hey.
all right, Pat, you don't glean much about the secrets of necromancy, but you get the feeling that things that have died recently are better than things that died a long time ago in some regards. But if a really potent emotional event happens, sometimes an old place can be better in terms of being charged with grief and for summoning a wraith, for example. But if you want skeletons, though, you tend to want to go recent.
Word.
Yeah. Meanwhile, in Untotaled Time, a treatise on Cronus' last theory, you learn that her last theory is a half-ripped note, which reads, "Total time fallacy prevented prior heart-seed experiments from working. Must recalibrate the universal divider. Requires graven truth level permission. Maybe not be possible. Instead, I am going to..." And that's where the page was ripped. Do you share this information with anybody? And Venher, do you take an interest in either the book on necromancy or Cronus' last theory?
I probably take interest in Cronus' last theory. Necromancy, I got that down.
Yeah. I would say, you know of this book, and you know what her last theory is, but you haven't necessarily read it, depending on if you think Venher would have. He's had centuries to do it in.
No, he would not have.
Oh, yeah. I put it in
Is
chat,
he just
but...
is he just like kind of standing there, staring at me while I read this book?
I'm sitting on my throne, boy.
His crystal throne.
Did you show any interest in the book that I have?
No.
Okay. I pull out the note and I just drop it on Magod's lap. Just. Whoop.
Okay. Venner, a piece of paper has been placed on your lap. How do you respond?
I look at it.
You also notice that this is for some reason not been laser printed. You know that the god of which god did that again?
Kodak?
No, it was
HP?
I think it was actually
It is the great god, Hewlett Packard.
Dabra, the goddess of dreams, had these weird crystals that you could like shoot light through, and they would print. And most of them shattered when she died, but some of them could be cobbled back together. And most of the printers that remain of like newspapers and stuff, like Print Alley in Zenith, they use a variant of that. But this was done by hand, deliberately. So like a monk or someone in a monastery somewhere copied this down.
And I read what it says.
Well, so you get. I assume you heard me earlier. You could check the chat.
Yeah.
What the note is, but the TLDR is that it looks like the chronicler believes that Kronos didn't die, unlike the other gods. She instead fled forward in time. As a refresher, Kronos, goddess of time, always tried to figure out how to go back in time, but she never could. But she did figure out how to jump forward in time. So that was always the great barrier that she tinkered with and tried to overcome. So he thinks that she was gone in search of something. You're not really sure what, though. Do you want to flip around the book for more clues as to what it is she went forward in time seeking?
Yes, if I'm not the last god, this changes things somewhat.
Roll investigate. Anyone who wants to closely examine the book can roll investigate.
Yeah, my character's not gonna bother.
Not a book girl?
Well, alright. Yeah, no, she's just not.
Alright, so Venher, you check in the book. You're not really one for the chronologists, as her ideology was known. Chronology. You know, they like to order their things very sequentially. But that also means that they don't get right to the point. They walk you through everything as it occurred. And that can be a little confusing, sometimes to sort of bury the lead. After examining it for about an hour, you come to the conclusion that Kronos believed a greater level of, air quotes, godhood was possible. And that direct manipulation of the load could be achieved by manipulating the graven truth. Something she came to refer to as an access level, for reasons you're not really sure of. And access level, permission level. And graven level truth is like the ability to directly influence the woad by influencing the graven truth. The laws which dictate the bounds of the weave and woad. The laws you've been bending, but never breaking. You're unnatural, you're a bane on the system, but you're still within it. What she's talking about is a different level of heresy.
Delicious.
Heretic.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I like the
I'm
Kronos.
quite interested in this seed.
But I don't.
Not the seed, this graven truth. Also, If I get my hands on it, I'm getting Kronos back here.
Yeah. Can you roll me an
Will I
int
be the
save?
last god when you can imprison them?
Can you roll an int save for me real quick?
Sure.
With advantage this time. That voice. That voice was Kronos. And there
Oh,
was
shit.
something familiar about it, though. It's like you saw her jump several times. And when she would reappear, it would be like there'd be like a shimmering impression of where she was. That wasn't quite her. It wasn't quite fixed in space or time, but like a glimmering wide reflection. And her voice was all echoey. And then she would snap into firm focus right afterwards. But it just sounded like she never did.
Oh,
Hmm.
interesting.
So you definitely heard Kronos' voice back there, but there was something different about it. Something like when she jumped forward in time, but not quite the same. Meanwhile, we are going. So Venher, you're like over an ocean somewhere. There's like maybe some terrible interdimensional leviathans down below. You don't really give a shit. Probably some dragons outside. Again, you don't really give a shit. None of it's going to be able to come close to your pyramid, nor is it going to risk it. They're not stupid. Or if they are, they're in the water. It's time for the long rest, though. If you don't long rest on your crystal throne, you don't maintain your divinity.
Yes, and I'm going to do that.
Yes. But of course, your stays in the Dreamwell have become increasingly haunted as the God Hunter's snares have grown closer and closer and closer. But lately, your stays in the Dreamwell haven't been alone. You've seen these inert, floating objects there. And as you look at your companions, you're beginning to wonder if they didn't arrive at the same time for a reason.
Hmm. Interesting.
Yes. Do you mention to them at all? Mortals aren't really supposed to be able to physically manifest directly in the Dreamwell, but there is some representation of every soul in the Dreamwell. The only person who could really take mortals there was Dobra herself, goddess of dreams.
All right, interesting.
So yeah. Do you make any other preparations before you sleep? Do you say anything to your subjects?
No.
Alright.
It's awful spiteful of you. I approve.
So yeah, your god comes to sleep on his throne. As you think of, drawing a mustache on his face in Sharpie or something, you suddenly feel
You would get killed.
drowsy.
My character actually did consider that briefly.
And here you are, in the Dreamwell. To one side of Venhir, a sparking blade full of spite and potential. To the other, a wrong green hammer done up in scales. He sees that these blue shafts, these snares, they've gone closer and closer and closer. And he rolls perception.
All right.
This time, there's something different about the hammer and the sword. They have a They have a psychic presence, almost like that badgers you when someone prays to you. You feel like you would reach out and speak to them.
I'm going to try that.
As you do, like a blue beam shoots right by where you are. One of the God Hunter's snares almost nicking your leg. Yeah, you might want to step back from that ledge, my friend. So you would understand. Yeah, you might notice some of you being able to control your hammers now. But yeah, so so which one do you reach out to first?
I'll probably reach out to the sword first.
Was that?
Suddenly, Joyfried's consciousness is awakened within the blade. She's torn away from a dream of her old lover and her greatest betrayer, and suddenly, She's a sword, and she's floating in a purple sea on a weird, desolate stone island. And there's Venher, and she's psychically communicating with him. And Venher can say whatever he wants into her mind, and vice versa.
Okay.
That explains that.
What does your character say into my mind?
That. What I just said.
My character's like, huh, this is strange. I guess I'm a sword
Welcome
now.
to the end.
Mm.
The God Hunter's snare is slowly shooting out across the dreamscape.
I'm going to reach out to the hammer as well. Might as well at this point.
Alright, you find the slippery mind of a lizard person. It's Cross. Cross, you're torn away from a dream of grandeur, and you find yourself confronted by your tormentor and deity.
Well, this is not. I look around, like, do I understand
You are
what's
now a
going on
floating
with
hammer.
things?
You have there is nothing in life that's prepared you to be a floating hammer. You are glowing a wrong green. You just know every other green around here is a slightly different kind of green, and you're a little something else.
Can I just start spinning?
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
like-
I
just start spinning.
You want to rotate? You want to disco dance? All right.
Yeah, I'm just gonna start rotating.
How does Venher react?
This is weird.
I see you two have no comprehension of where you are. This,
Like, yeah, this is weird too.
I gesture around and all the constantly enclosing snares is what we fight against.
So this looks like pretty unsurmountable.
We fight against strings.
Can I make him blind while I'm asleep?
I would say you can blind the hammer.
Yeah, I do that.
All right. The hammer loses its awareness of its surroundings. A snare comes very close to the blade, and as a reaction, make an attack. The
Me,
sparking
okay.
blade, yeah.
Alright. Where's my... Okay, come on.
Okay. So you kind of like somersault through, and the snare burns where it was for a second, and then replaces itself behind you. And you get the feeling as if though some spark of spite within you has temporarily cheated the system.
Nice. So we're capable of spiting these strings.
Yeah, this is a new development for Venher. He's not used to being able to really do anything.
Elaborate.
Okay. Can my character try to attack the string again?
Yeah, roll your attack.
Okay.
By the way, the sparking blade counts as a +3 greatsword.
Oh, okay. Then I'm gonna add 2 to whatever I roll. Yeah, nice. Alright, so that would be a 20 unnatural.
Alright, so you again, it's like the snare sizzles and hollows out, and the line remains taut, unbroken, and then behind you it repairs itself. It seems totally undisturbed. A snare shoots out right next to the hammer, but as it's extending, it runs into this aura around the hammer, and it bends and it wavers, and it goes further to the right.
I can't see, so I don't notice this.
Yeah, but Venher and the Sparking Blade do.
Wait, so a string appeared near him and then it didn't?
It bounced. It didn't. It wasn't as close. It was forced out of this aura around him.
Well, I'm gonna stand in that aura.
All right. So, as it floats towards some of the stuff, the string seems to be weakened near it, but the laid snares don't go away.
Wait, it's weakened. Blade, strike it down.
Very well, Master.
Strike what?
The string, you dipshit.
Alright.
I can't see!
I put your sight back on. I forgot about it.
Alright, so let me use my Sparking Blade, which I just added to my inventory.
Alright, yeah, so
That's not bad.
when the Sparking Blade and the Wrong Green Hammer, by their powers combined, strike, the unmaking seems to ripple down the snare. There is a silence, a stillness, and then things begin to swirl and grow larger. Spirals advance. Something awakened. Its fervor grows.
That's not good.
Well, we just got a whole lot of shit added to our screens just now. Interesting.
And as this is all happening, you see a seafoam green suggestion of a maze float towards you, through, around, within the snares. And a rumble. And then more and more snares shooting out after you.
Strike them down.
Boop, 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 boop. Give me some attacks.
Okay. How many should I?
Give me 3.
Should I roll?
Give me 3. And
I was gonna say, should I roll like a d6 to determine how many?
do you want to like stay? You might want to stay within the hammer's radius when you do this. Or
Yeah.
might not.
Can you move me one square, or however much
Yep,
it is?
Yep.
1, 2, 3. Any of those decent? I mean, I'm not scoring super poorly, which is nice.
You rolled a 4 for one of those.
Oh. Well, I guess I have good bonuses then.
Well, so yeah, here's what happens. You are you cut down several of them, but it seems like they're on to you now. There are more and more snares coming closer and closer, and as you cut them down, they get within an inch of you. Suddenly, however, the maze before you advances upon you, and all of the right as they're about to surround and catch you, instead, you find yourself within the confines of the maze.
Wow. Interesting.
Yep. It's not really a maze though, because you can see through the walls. They're more like a series of streams. And to above you and below you, you can see out through the ceiling and the floor, although you're starting to wonder what the difference is, seeing as it seems like you could be standing either way. You are just objects, and Venner can walk along the walls if he wants to. It's the dream well. Fuck the rules. And, which is, of course, Dauber's motto. Yeah, you find yourself in a strange place, and you all roll religion.
Okay.
Hey,
All right.
I think I could do that one.
You think?
No.
Um, religion. Oh, hey. I guess I didn't take any ranks in it. Not too shabby.
Okay. Let's go in order of who knows the least. Cross.
Yo.
You have groused that you are physically within the Dreamwell, a place where all mortal beings have some reflection of their soul. Some people suspect it's related to reincarnation, if that exists, and you know that it is involved in necromancy somehow, but you're not 100% clear. You don't think necromancers access it, but you do think it's involved somehow. And aside from that, you know that occasionally when someone dreams, they actually they astrally project into the Dreamwell, and things that happen in those dreams can give them sorcerers or warlocks powers. It can result in pacts. It can result in all sorts of weird shit, and they can die if you die in the dream, you die in real life kind of situation.
Oh no.
Meanwhile, knowing a little bit more, Joyfried suspects that this was something to do with Dabra, the goddess of dreams. She was said to have whole palaces and temples here in the Dreamwell, where she sought to perfect the art of dreaming. And Venher knows this as one of her curiosities. She constructed a series of structures in the Dreamwell using dream runes, which is her own sort of magic she invented that sort of goes against the rules of both the Dreamwell and runes. Runes aren't supposed to work in the Dreamwell. And this is one of them. And it's a floating series of hallways, which she used to connect, to travel between different dream locations. Why she didn't just, I don't know, fly there through the expanse of the Dreamwell, she never really explained to anybody. She was the 8th to die, one of the last. It was her, then Volvorian, and now you're up to bat. And ever since is when the God Hunter snares have really become a problem, since she died. The Dreamwell's been utterly polluted with them. And yeah, you see the God Hunter snares above and below you, but you're proceeding by them for now.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So this is the lingering effect from the goddess of dreams.
Yeah. You also know that if you go to one of the exits, you might be able to see where it's been or where it's going. And the
Well, is this spot right down here one of the exits?
They've been marked in a very hard to see blue because I'm done.
Oh, I see them now. Yep.
No, this is one of them though. Yeah, so you come upon it, and you see something very familiar to Kraz. An infinite ocean. And flying towards you, a pure white, three-eyed dove.
Oh shit.
It's coming closer. It's coming closer, and Venher feels like he's on the verge of remembering something. Like an old friend he hasn't seen in years. And he wakes up. Boop. You're in the throne room. Yeah, the lawyer malignant calls through the tubes. We are here, my lord. It seems you have arrived. Would you care to survey what is beneath you?
Yes.
You can flick your hand and the globe will show the terrain beneath you. The warp globe. Shimmering metal surface floating above you. And it's a battlefield. This appears to be the place where there was a breach in the wall, and there's a glowing red field of malignant energy there. Some sort of fail-safe you designed, surely. And there's an inert spell cannon on the wall. And there are a lot of things and dead bodies. It looks like a battlefield from one of the more recent psychic wars.
Interesting.
Seems like there's some leftover invaders still outside the walls, poking around in the dust and the corpses. And your coordinates lie a few dozen miles beneath this place.
Oh.
Well,
Guess we'll have to exterminate.
We will dig straight down.
Indeed.
Do we have the ability to dig straight down?
Would my giant floating pyramid happen to have like a boring laser or something?
Oh,
Sounds
nothing so crass. You preferred to use, spell silos for that. I would say you sense the turret on the wall. You feel like if you were closer, you'd be able to reestablish connection with it. You could shoot that at the ground. They seem to have some sort of strange crystal down there that hums dangerously. You think that might be helpful? What ability do you use to seek? How does Venher seek something?
What do you mean by that?
He has more senses than a normal being does. And remember, he can reach out to spite.
Yeah, I'll probably do some of that.
You feel an absence here, or perhaps an anticipation, waiting to be filled by something. But you're
Wow,
too
sounds
far.
like my
You
hopes.
feel like if your boots were on the ground, you'd know.
Sounds like Iraq.
Oh my gosh.
Operation Enduring Spite.
Oh, God.
Oh, let's do it.
Well, we may descend then.
At least you got a large flying drone above us.
Yeah, let's land our drone right in the middle of this peaceful civilian village.
Alright, so y'all want to touch down the pyramid, and oh, by the way, you guys have gotten a long rest, so I'll set you all up to full.
Toy.
So yeah, full spell slots, all that shit.
Ah, yes, finally, my spike guy. Oh, relief.
Here's a question. Do you want to deploy onto the wall, or do you want to deploy onto the field? And do you want to land like right on top of it, or do you want to land far enough away that they won't see you immediately getting out?
Let's land a bit away, not on the wall.
It's kind of hard to miss a giant fucking
They will see
sky
the floating
pyramid,
pyramid
though,
go
I
down,
think.
but they won't know that you headed in their direction.
Yeah.
It's inevitable that they will be
that's
slightly
fair.
on alert, but it's not. Yeah. For no particular reason, do you approach from the east or the west?
Probably the east.
All right.
Seems more
You
fun.
come up along the wall, and would you all want to roll stealth for me?
Sure. I'm great at stealth.
Am I rolling stealth as well?
Yes.
Oh,
Okay.
are we all rolling?
Everyone's rolling stealth.
Hey!
Yes, sir.
Graz's lizardly nature allows him to guide you in slithering across the terrain. You find yourself in a ditch with some dead men, or one dead man and one dead thing? Venher is about 60 feet from the cannon, and it's nearby. He regains control. He sees that it's stored with enough maligna to take 3 more shots.
All right.
The terrain has been ripped and torn and blighted, so, you know, it might not have a straight shot at everything. The breach is further to the west, amongst some corpses. And a really strange fellow is next to a large crystal that he and a 3-eyed... Is that a human woman? seem to be interacting with to your southwest.
I'm tempted to shoot them with the cannon.
As you touch your feet to the ground, you know what it was that reached out to you, or that you reached out to. It was Gaia's children. They've been without for so long. Gaia's dead love is so far, but your spite is so very near. You get the sense you could just reach in and bring it boiling out. The very mountains, the spirits of the land, the rushing, tainted rivers, angry, spiteful, resentful, without their goddess. They seek revenge, and perhaps with a new benefactor.
Well. I do like the sound of this.
So you've gained access to the Miracle of Corruption. It's a 1 spite, big god spite miracle. And it will turn all of...
I didn't cast it. That was just a misclick.
It will turn all of the nearby... all of the nearby spirits will be at his command and they'll lash out, and he could use it to crack the earth in this instance. Because Gaia's children and the spirits of the earth would just rip open the ground.
Well, I don't see an easier way to get down there.
My character's like, I have no idea what's going on, but it sounds great.
Right.
Okay, let me just check something. Yeah, so you can use basically right now, in addition to other effects, you can use the Miracle Sunder, but rather than costing 2 spite, it'll cost 1.
Yeah, I think I'll go for that.
Alright. So you can go ahead and click that, and I can go ahead and... Alright, people, this is the first... Say goodbye to this spite. Is it spite number 8 or spite number 1? Oh, they're out of order. Fuck me. I think it is... Yeah, it's spite number 1 is going away. And where the fuck is the ennui?
Oh, no.
There's the ennui. The ennui is coming out. Hey. Where... Oh god, no, don't do that. No, badly. Oh fuck. Yep. So yeah. Yeah, it's not that bad. Alright. Okay, so here's what happens. You just fucking crack open the earth. The wall. So, like, the wall cracked. The people in front of you fall into the crack. People far away in either direction also fall into the crack. You just, I mean, this is a full-on Parks and Rec. I fell into the pit moment. The stopgap measure in the wall fails as the systems break down, and there's just a whole kind of lots of the wall gets fucked.
That's your wall, right?
Well, it's like John Mellencamp once said: the walls come tumbling down.
I don't know who that is.
Yeah, a lot of people just sort of fall into a hole and die. A lot of already dead people also fall into that hole. Rips apart the earth and brings forth a torment of baleful energy. Yeah, so... Even if they didn't fall in, I don't think any of them can survive this.
Yeah, I mean, it's... What, that, 181 damage?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Actually, 91.
you've cleared the field quite a bit. You don't. Yeah. So there are some things left alive, but the hole is there, and the heartseed jiggles a little.
Oh, my character feels that.
She does.
Yeah, she feels it vibrating. She's not sure she likes it.
The far weirder is like very alarmed and is gonna roll a little perception on account of the the earth opening up. And that's not going to beat a 20. So they don't know where you are, but they know that someone's here, and they're ordering their harriers to sort of fan out. They seem to be redoubling their efforts on this crystal.
I think we should finish them.
My character concurs.
Venher, thinks that they should finish them, but with a little bit less enthusiasm than before, as he now has 1 ennui point and only 7.
I don't say finish them, like finish them.
Yeah. So we want to do some initiative.
I think it's about time for that. Initiative.
I'm a slow god.
Did I hit initiative right? Yeah, okay, good.
Yeah, you just didn't click yourself, so.
I have to click myself?
Yeah.
You know how you have to have yourself like selected, like surrounded by the blue lines to get it on the tracker?
Oh, interesting. Wait, so can I do... Whoops. Oh no. I don't think I've ever successfully brought myself onto the tracker.
You just have to click on yourself so that you're surrounded by the blue lines. I can take care of it this time, but just have the blue lines around you. Don't click off anywhere else. It will undo the blue lines. Then just go to your character sheet, have your character sheet up, and then click the initiative button, and boom, taken care of. But yeah, I got you guys on the tracker, and it'll be a void turn. Okay, so here's what's going to happen. You guys haven't been spotted yet, so you can arrange yourselves however you'd like for the surprise round, and then you can all go in whatever order you'd like for the surprise round, and then it's going to be their turn. If you want to get up close and personal for like some melee, they might have a chance to detect you.
Okay, so I like that there's this aura around me, but I'm kind of confused as to what it is.
It's one of your it's
one of your class-based things.
I'm pretty sure.
Is that a remainder from last combat?
No, it's from the brutal thingy.
It's for your class.
Oh yeah. Oh god, I forgot you did that last week. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Okay. Yeah. So I suppose we should probably start off with some ranged shit. My character suggests that she could launch a meteor strike on some of these Johns.
Yeah.
Alright.
They outnumber you 2 to 1.
Okay, well, we should even the playing field.
You don't know if we want
The
to
guys
break
that are on the
this
other side of the cliff, if there are any surviving... No, there doesn't appear to be, never mind. It's just ones that are right here that matter to us. So these are the weird-looking humans.
The Void Torn, yes.
Yes.
Their eyes, all 3 of them, seem awakened to a truth you have not yet seen.
Oh.
I feel like not participating in that truth.
Yeah. Sometimes things ought not to be seen. So, Van here, Cross, any thoughts as to how we should initiate this conflict?
Well, killing them would be a start.
Oh god, why have I duplicated your tokens? Whoops.
Yeah, I noticed that. Alright, well, if we're just gonna start them, I'm gonna go ahead and roll Meteor Strike on these assholes. Let me do this so I can actually see what I'm doing. Alright. Going to cast Meteor Strike on... Which one's the three-eyed lady?
There are 2 Void Torn.
Ah! Okay, I'm gonna go for the one that's near the crystal. Actually, wait, before I do that, I'm gonna declare Vendetta on this one. Or, sorry, not Vendetta.
Yeah, Vendetta.
Yep, Vendetta on this one, and then I'm gonna go.
Alright, she's gonna make a dex save.
Oh, looks like she made the dex save.
It's in a 5-foot radius, so that's not going to be quite far enough. Yeah, so you hit her a little, and yep, that's your surprise round. Kraz, Venher, what do you do for your surprise rounds?
I'll cast a spell. Not gonna. I might as well do something somewhat big. I'm gonna make a measuring tape out here real quick. Yeah, I'm gonna phone it in a bit. I'm gonna go Baleful Flame.
Okay.
On the Void Torn. Near the crystal.
Alright. Clock that button.
Alright.
Alright, so it's going to make a dex
Your
save.
spellcasting modifier wasn't added to that.
Yeah, because your spell save DC is supposed to be way higher than 13.
Yeah.
Sorry, I must have
it says
said
19.
Yeah, okay.
It says spell save 19 up here.
Yeah, I must have input your spell wrong. Sorry, there must be some problem with it. Anyway, she's going to make a dex save. Oh, well, she's unfortunately going to nat 20 that dex save, so she just hops out of the way of the incoming energy descending upon her. And Kraz, what are you going to do before the fight starts?
That's Earthquake.
You're just going to fucking use Earthquake?
Why
Jesus
not?
Christ, that's a spell description.
I know. It's a pain in the ass. 100-foot radius circled. Basically, I want to make it further than probably right here. Yeah, where my thing is.
These guys are dead, right? You know that?
Yes, but it's 100 radius, right?
Oh,
I don't want us to be in it.
Okay.
That's probably a good plan.
Because all the ground in this area now becomes difficult terrain. All of them in there must make a Constitution saving throw, or they are
Knocked prone?
concentration is broken. So, and then each must make a dexterity saving throw for each round I concentrate, and I can concentrate this for up to a minute, or they'll be knocked prone. And it can have additional effects determined by you, such as fissures. Right.
Yeah. Okay. Well.
Oh, fissures do open
Yeah.
the
So.
next turn.
Oh, so fissures open the next turn. Okay.
Yeah.
I can tell you this: the west side of this like edge of this other greater earthquake that happened. Yeah, it looks like this ledge is about to start crumbly boing.
Oh wow.
Okay. It's okay, and so everyone who fails it, how much damage do they take, or are they just knocked prone
They
in difficult terrain?
um they're just knocked prone. That's it.
On a failed save, the creature takes 5d6 bludgeoning damage.
That's for when a structure falls on them.
What's your spell save DC?
It is Constitution's for concentration. So if they're not doing any spells or anything, then Constitution doesn't matter. It's for Dex.
Oh, it's a dex to fall over. Okay.
Yeah, and I think my spell save DC is 18.
Well, one of the Farborn Harriers eats shit. The Void Torn, one of them eats shit. She already eats shit. And the Far Weirder stays standing. They don't have that great stats. They just all rolled really well, like 19s and shit. All right, so with that, it's a Void Torn's turn. This terrain is difficult and collapsing. She's got a regular 30 feet. She's gonna move 15 because it's about how far she can get. She is 60 feet from Joyfried. And she's going to tilt her head forward. And she's going to focus her third eye on you. She's going to fire her third eye beam. You're going to have slight cover from being like down a bit. Yeah, she can see you guys because you guys started like opening up or whatever. So she can see you, but you have slight cover for being like down in this -5-foot ditch.
Okay.
Um,
I'm probably like 6 feet.
So like your head's just sticking up.
But she's gonna miss you either way, even if you didn't have the cover. It's a Farborn Harrier's turn. The Farborn Harrier's turn is 45 speed, so halving that is like 5 hours. The Farborn Harrier is going to take 1 strain to use Orb, and its AC is going to go up by 1. This Farborn Harrier is going to spend half its movement standing up. And then it's going to move 2 squares over difficult terrain. And then it's going to use Orb to increase its AC by 1. And Far Weirder, he's going to use Untethered by Time. And he's going to gain 3 strain. And he's going to roll 3d4. And can't believe I'm actually doing this, but yeah, that's so his new initiative is 23.
Jeez, these are strange abilities.
And
far weirder than I would expect.
Oh my god, you knew it was coming. And the second half of his turn, he's going to take out a horn. A weird horn. Carved in a script that never breaks. A line through the middle of all the letters, curving off in little curlicues, slicing in strange angles that never seem to quite end. And he lets out a blast from it. And it cuts the air even though it makes no sound. It just disturbs the air. But it rings in everyone's minds all the same. Yeah, and he's blowing a psychic war horn. And you don't know what that means. It is now the other Void Torn's turn. She's used half her movement. She's got like 2 left of her. She's gonna move like all of 5 feet. She's going to shoot also her third eye beam at Joyfried. She's also going to miss. It's gonna be Kroz's turn.
All right, I'm continuing to concentrate. This is for the fissures, so it's 3 fissures open up.
Mm-hmm. Does it strictly specify their size, or?
I believe so. I believe it is 10 by 10. Oh, each is 1d10 by 10. So they'd be 10 feet wide. Or they're 1d10 by 10
Yeah, so
feet deep.
you roll me a
They're
d10.
10 feet wide. Okay. 1.
1d10 by 10 feet.
Yeah, so it's 10 feet deep.
No,
Failure.
I think it's
Yeah.
X and Y. I don't think
Well, no,
I think this is how tall and how long it is.
You roll a d10 for each fissure.
And say don't bother because it's not going to matter as much as you might think. So
Yeah.
these fissures open up cracks on the side, and they destabilize this, and like a chunk of it just falls off because of the fissures.
and
Well,
then
Yeah,
they all.
this thing kind of like collapses into the ground, leaving a very clear line of sight for the turret.
Oh, I forgot about the turret.
Yeah, so Cross,
Hey, look.
what are you gonna do?
I mean, I'm just concentrating. I think they also have to take. Yeah, I'm just gonna concentrate because they're all gonna have to make dex saves again, and concentration saves. And is that far weirder using anything concentration based?
Nope,
Okay,
not at the moment.
so just dex saves then across the board, or get knocked prone.
Okay, at the end of your turn, basically.
Yep, and I'm ending my turn. Just sitting here, earthquaking. 18. God.
What the
What?
fuck?
That's 3 crits.
Dexterous motherfuckers.
They're not even that dexterous though. They're just getting really lucky.
I have +3s.
All right, so that's Kroz's turn. It's Venher's turn. There's a big earthquake caused by his disciple. Can you guys see this aura, by the way? Have I set this to be a seeable aura? No, I have not.
The
Done.
brown
have
one?
it.
No.
Boom.
Oh, I see it now. Yep.
Oh. Oh, I have to zoom out to actually see it. Interesting. There we go.
Yeah, you need to have the source of the aura on screen for it to appear.
Yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, what does the god do? He's sort of like in a trench with some corpses, and he sees some people to his south.
Okay, so the cannon.
He also sees like in the distance, like a mountain has sort of like unearthed itself, and it's like walking around, and it has spite glowing in its stony eyes.
Oh shit.
Yeah, you also hear like storms like you haven't heard since the goddess of storms died, and it sounds like all the earth spirits who you've just spited up are going on something of a rampage.
Well, probably want to get downstairs before they get too bad. So this big old fuck you cannon. How much damage does it do, and is it like a single hit or an area of effect?
It's it is a 3x3 squares area, so like you could think of it as a 5-foot radius. 5-foot radius blast. It does 10d10 force.
All right. Well, I might as well
Spears everywhere.
start it. I might as well take a shot with it. I'm going to start with the far
By the
reader
way,
because
directing
fuck
it
them.
is a bonus action.
All right. Well, for my bonus action, I'll do that, and then for main action, I'll do something else.
All right, so you're shooting at the far weirder. Can you give me a charisma ability check with proficiency?
All right.
So actually, just roll any proficiency, any charisma skill, and it'll work. As long as it's not your expertise ones.
All right.
All right, yeah. So that's definitely a hit. So, yeah, so you strike this area around the far weirder. Can you roll me 10d10?
All right. That was pretty good, actually. I got like 5 10s.
5 10s and a 1.
So
What
the crystal was nearby and it shatters into several smaller pieces. And as a reaction, the far weirder uses fast focus, may gain 1 extra strain to use a psychic ability as a reaction to being hit. And they are going to use Masterful Drill on you. Can you give me a wisdom saving throw?
Very rude. Yeah, that didn't work out.
So you take 13 psychic damage, and you're going to have disadvantage on your next saving throw against the psychic ability.
Is that all that was? That 73 damage? That just that little tiny tick on his health bar?
Yeah, he has a lot of health.
Jesus.
Yeah, what do you do for your main action, by the way?
Well, now that goes, guy, he fucked me. I'm gonna fuck him back.
Hot.
Ooh, woo.
And what does this one do? I'm gonna do chain lightning.
All right. Who you targeting?
And I'm gonna start with this guy, go to her, and then go to him.
All right.
That will be my chain.
Are they rolling a save, or did you just click the button?
Let me roll it, and we'll see what the description says. It's DC 19 Dex save. Half damage.
Their luck has just run out.
I made them.
Finally.
Yep. It seems like she is almost dead. And yeah, so that's Venher's turn. And it is a Farborn Harrier's turn. The Farborn Harrier, alright, so 45 halved. It's just going to spend its turn dashing, though. It's going to get up to here. I think it's Joyfried the Unrepentant's turn.
Alright. Fuck yeah. I'm actually looking at my stats right now. On one sec. That sounds about right. Okay. So, I'm going to... Where is the area of difficult terrain?
So, like, it's like, you have to scroll out really far to see it, but hold on, I'll kind of like, yeah, that's sort of where it begins.
Yeah.
So that's about as close as you can get without getting knocked flat on your ass, or having to make a save on the end of each of your turns to not.
Okay. Alright, well, in that case, I'm going to do one more, spite, and I'm going to vendetta this guy, so I'm down 4 spite now. And I'm going to, again... Well, actually, sorry, I'm down 3 spite, and then I'm going to do the see the fuck you meteor. That general direction.
Alright. And you're hitting the Farborn Harrier? The Farborn Harrier? By the way, a weird, like, maybe half goat, half demon weird thing with pitch black eyes and a bushy beard. And its claws just seeping with something strange. You do not want to get cut by that.
Yeah, alright, well then let's fuck him up.
Yeah, but you hit him, though. You roll that damage.
Alright. And it's spite. It's it's my first hit with a vendetta strike, so it's critical, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what would you have me roll? My
I think just hit
twice?
it's just the damage without the +5 at the end. So roll me 5d6.
Alright.
And then an extra 2d4, and that'll probably finish off killing him.
Okay. Roll 2d4. And also, do I deal vendetta damage?
Doesn't, yeah, but hit the vendetta damage, and you'll probably kill him.
All right, let's do.
And have you checked the wording to see if you actually have to kill them with a weapon or if range and spells count? For healing?
About the aura of fear, right?
Yeah.
Let me check.
It won't matter now, though, because you're already at full health.
It does say kills a creature, targets, creatures friendly to it, and it does not specify how far away. So I'm assuming all creatures friendly to it.
No, I didn't mean aura of fear. Sorry, I meant your healing. But yeah, okay.
I'm doing with the brutal finisher. My healing. Let me see. I don't actually think it does say.
It doesn't actually.
When a vendetta marked creature dies, the vendetta is dismissed. Sorry, when attacking. Let me see. All right, blah 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 blah. Vendetta attack appropriate to your level and heal that much. If you landed the killing blow.
We can arbitrate that later, but just really important. Just tell me your spell save DC.
Okay, let me look at my spell save DC real quick. My character sheet. Come on, load. Bio. No, it would be spells. Spell D-save 18.
Alright, so neither of them get. So both of the Void Torn are scared.
Nice.
This doesn't seem to be a problem for the Farborn Harriers, though.
Oh, interesting.
Is the Far Weirder's turn. The Far Weirder is
a dick.
He's not really liking the situation.
Good.
He's gonna move 15 closer across the difficult terrain, and he's going to drop a psychic hammer. And let me just measure this really quickly. Yep, in range. So on all of you. Yeah, so you guys get to make a strength saving throw at this point.
Okay, let me grab my stats real quick. And my stats say that.
Fucking made it, boys.
That's not great.
Thing. I want to spell spite.
Oh, here's the thing. He's not using a spell.
Oh, never mind that then. Yeah, I guess I'll just roll the save.
Sorry, well, what's the wording of spite spell? Because like
it's casting a spell of 3rd level or lower, and if it's higher than that, other things happen. But spell, it's a spell. That's fine.
The thing is, like, these are the things from beyond that use psychic powers. So they're doing something weird with their mind. They're not using the weave.
Very rude.
Your strength save. Okay, so people who aren't Kraws have been knocked prone.
Damn,
it's
that's
kind of advantageous to you here because you're in like a negative 5 feet area, so like it's hard for them to get a lock on you.
Damn, I didn't even think about that. That's not bad, actually.
And as the Far Weirder's other half action, it is going to dash to get an extra 15 feet through this difficult terrain to get down here. It's Void Turn's turn. She is scared of Joyfried.
She better be.
However, Joyfried is not currently in her line of sight. So she's going to move 15 and she's going to shoot an eye beam at Kraz. And then she's going to make a wisdom save. And that wisdom save is going to free her of her fear. But wait. Aren't your attacks a disadvantage while you're frightened?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So she only gets the 13, missing you.
Thank God.
Alright. So it is the Farborn. That one is dead. This one is alive. The Farborn Harrier. 45 feet. Have it because of difficult terrain. Actually, let's think about it. Yeah. So
Almost half.
that's like 90. So it's gonna dash into here, and I'm gonna say it's gonna get to about adjacent to Joyfried.
Oh.
It's gonna be a Void Torn's turn. She's gonna move. She's gonna dash for a full 30. She's gonna roll her wisdom to not be afraid anymore because she can't see you. She's gonna fail, I think, because what your DC is a 19.
18. 18.
Yeah, she doesn't hit it. It's Kraz's turn.
We got this boy right.
Yeah. Shit. So, if I'm concentrating, can I use a bonus action on something else?
Yeah, what are you talking? Okay, so I don't think that you understand how it works. Like, you don't spend your turn
No.
concentrating in this edition.
No, you don't.
No, it's just
I'll just
the
sit here
only
and
time it comes up that you can't cast other spells that have concentration unless you're a sorcerer with
Okay.
special meta magic, or that you just have to roll it when you get hit, pretty much.
all right.
Yeah, sorry, I think you threw away your last turn over that. I should have said something.
I mean, it's fine. It's not like I was gonna go anywhere. So then, using that knowledge, I'll go here, and
I'm
then
just going to give you the constipated face so that we can know. Remember, each time someone hits you, you have to make a con save to avoid losing your spell.
all right. I'm gonna try and bean this guy with my mace.
All right, roll your attack. Is there any reason you to have an advantage at this point in time?
No, there is not.
That's actually kind of good for you. It's Vener's turn. Vener, you to spend half your movement standing up.
Yes.
By the way, they all have to make dex saves again.
Oh, right. It's the end of your turn. So I'll make the Voidborn's dex saves first. And are they at disadvantage on saving throws while frightened?
I don't
Oh.
know. I don't think
I
so.
think they stay standing. We're going to roll back around to Venher's turn. The far weirder makes their dex save. They don't make their dex save. They're knocked over.
Well, they can't see Joyfried, so.
This Farborn Harrier makes a dex save. I think that just impacts... I don't know if they should be moving towards... anyway.
The 13, 17 fall.
Okay.
It's 18.
All
Oh,
right.
wait, do they actually have to be within line of sight? Because the monks ran away from me. I guess they could.
If they don't have line of sight, then they have advantage on the saving throw to break free.
Okay, cool. Yes, you're right.
But yeah, I think in theory they might have otherwise ran away. I guess we'll just chop it up to other factors. Venher, it is your turn.
All right. So yeah, I stood up with half my movement.
Yeah.
I got to take a bit of a step back just so I'm not so close to the other people. And then I'm going to fire the cannon at the Farseer again.
The far weirder. Okay.
Yes, that as well. Also.
Roll your shot. All right. He is laying down in a ditch. However, even if I give you disadvantage, you hit. So roll me your damage. 10d10. All right, 59. And you vaporize the corpse next to him.
Good.
As you pound
Take
the
that,
battlefield.
corpse.
1 of 3 shots remaining, and the and the it's like red arcing lightning just fires out of this thing and just energy erupts, blowing up parts of the battlefield. And that is your situation. That was a bonus action, so whatever your main action wants to be.
Yes. Give me one moment to figure out what to do. I'm gonna do centered right between these two. Actually, now this can work if I center it. If I center it like here, 30-foot radius, I can hit all three of these people.
All right.
With a spiteful radiance.
Nice.
Pop it. Oh, it doesn't need to be set to show the description. What does it say, or is it just?
So effectively, 30-foot sphere from the point I cast it at. When a creature moves into the area or ends or starts their turn there.
Oh, okay. So I should do this on their turn.
Yes.
But the 30-foot. Can you draw the 30-foot area for me?
Yes. So if I started here, started here, yeah.
Alright. While that is happening, the Farborn Harrier will start its turn in there. And it's going to roll a 20 on its saving throw, so it's going to avoid the damage. It's going to stand up with half its movement. Its full movement is a 9, so we'll call it a 4. So it goes 1, 2, 3, 4. It's going to use its dash to gain an additional 45. So it is going to hop down in the pit behind.
That's about right.
Kraz. It is going to be Joyfried the Unrepentant's turn. I assume you spend half your movement to stand up.
Okay, yep, alright. So I use half my move to stand up. Okay, so
wait. You rolled a Constitution saving throw for that. It's a Charisma saving throw. I'm not sure why it says Constitution on the spell thing.
I probably fucked it up putting him in too fast. Okay, allow me to roll its Charisma, because that'll not be...
I think I just changed it on the sheet, so that... I mean, he's still fine, but...
Even better.
Figured we should get that right.
Alright, okay, so... Kraz is actually, it looks like, flanked. I'm going to Vendetta this guy, spending one more of my spite. So 5 spite have been expended. And I'm gonna just go hog wild on this motherfucker. Let's do it.
Swing.
Yeah.
Swing
Let's
for the
do
charm.
She's going... Wait, is that... Okay.
That's a hit. That is also a hit.
Okay, awesome. And the first one counts as a critical.
Mm-hmm. And so let's see if he survives the first hit, because their reaction is counter strike, so they're gonna get to claw you back if they live.
Okay, sorry. Okay, so cool. Then
so
the
you're
first
gonna do
one
6
was
slashing on the first one.
Yeah, I'm gonna. Yep, and then I'm gonna do roll 1d6, right? For
Yeah.
or sorry, 2d6 for an additional crit. Alright, so the first one was 5 plus 6 plus the 5. And then we do the vendetta damage. Let me roll that.
There's a button. Okay, so then there's 21 vendetta damage. And then it is going to slash back with its Harrier's claws. It's gonna fucking miss by a mile though with a 13.
Oh, thank fuck.
And yeah, that's your turn.
Well, we didn't do the.
The second hit. So you've done.
Oh,
so
yep.
there's 7 slashing on the main hit, and then give me another
7.
vendetta roll.
And then another vendetta roll.
All right. So as we hit the bottom of the round, there's lots of magical effects. There's an earthquake. The ground is falling. The monsters are stomping. You're almost out of cannon blasts, and we are going to go to a 10-minute intermission.
Oh wow. Okay.
So tune in again soon in 10 minutes. I'll be timing it, folks.
For that, I'm gonna go say hi to my mom, who I can hear just got back. I'll be right back.
I'm gonna go run downstairs.
All right. Hello. Any guess how much longer we're going to be running? I am getting a bit tired as well. I had a workout this morning, which was a time.
Hey, sorry it took so long.
I'd say midnight's fine by me.
I'm fine with whatever. I'm really tired, so the session after this is going to be really short, regardless of what we do.
I'd rather get to a good stopping point than cut it unnecessarily.
Okay.
Talking about stopping a bit earlier.
Yeah, that's fine with me.
All right, and we are live again. Unless you guys want to go back to intermission.
Well, hello and welcome back, viewers/listeners. I always forget whether or not we're doing video on any given thing, despite the fact that I'm literally staring at the face of my video in it right now. I hope you enjoyed your time during the break.
Yeah.
I certainly did.
We return to the top of the round with the far weirder picking himself up.
I was thinking moving into the radius also does the damage, I believe.
Mm-hmm. He is going to drop the second.
It moves up in the area. Yeah.
The only person in this radius would be Joyfried, and she is not hit by that attack.
Wait, what? Every time someone moves within the area, another creature within the radius moves that far in a different direction. What?
Oh.
I didn't even notice that bit. That's my bad.
So it's the far weirder's turn. And they drop it's like a camera once, they missed, they're going to drop it's like a hammer again. That's going to be a hit on Joyfried alone, because he doesn't want to hit his own guys. Not because he cares about them, but because he thinks damaging them would be dumb. He's going to do 14 damage. Joyfried, give me a strength save.
Okay. Got my character real quick. A strength save. Not looking too hot.
Alright, so Max, can you give me, or not, just be ready with that Radiance button.
What button?
Good damage for the circle-y thing.
Yeah.
Someone's shooting their third eye beam at Venher.
Don't do that.
Gonna be a hit. Yeah, so her third, she just points her head forward and her third eye beam goes and, you know, burns you a bit. That's her turn. That's the actual end of our 10-minute break. It is the Voidborn's turn, and tap that radiant button, Max, so that I can see it's.
Bam.
All right. So,
well, that was underwhelming.
Well, it's gotta hit the save, or like. So, like, what's the save is 19, right? And it's a charisma.
Yeah.
Okay, so it takes all that damage, and is there any other effect, or it just gets hurt?
So the way it works, and I just noticed this, and this would have actually come into play earlier, but I don't blame you since I didn't mention it. Every time someone moves within the area, another creature within the radius moves that far in a different direction.
Thankfully, this Farborn Harrier is not moving because it has Craw's right where he wants him, aka flanks.
Well, the one that moved earlier is the one that I want to
so
mention.
it should have forced her to move. Unfortunately, that didn't happen. So
It's fine.
They're gonna Harrier's claws you with advantage because they're flanking. They're gonna do 13 damage as they slash you, and then weird stuff like dribbles up into the wound, seeping out between its claws.
Ew.
And it's gonna do extra slashing damage because it's flanking you due to its Harrier trait. And that's the first attack.
That's like aggressively not my fetish.
Well, I mean, they are terrible things from another world. Maybe people are into this over there,
Yeah, no. Not from the far realms, bro.
not a far realms kind of thing, bro. Hit him with the 7. That's a perfect and a perfect fail. 6-1. All right, so that's the Farborn Harrier's turn overall, doing a lot of damage to Kraz, and it is a Void Torn's turn. And this time, so the Void Torn is going to make a Charisma save. Got to fail that Charisma save. Max, want to roll her damage?
Yes, indeed. That's what I'm talking about.
That's that good shit.
So she's going to move 15 feet, and then there's only one other creature in this radius, so I'm going to roll a d8, excluding the one direction that is hers, not northeast. He's going to try and move into Kraz.
We keep saying this isn't that sort of stream.
Make a deck save, Kraz. Or strength, whichever you prefer.
An attack of opportunity?
Saving throw, yeah?
Maybe. We'll see.
Nah, it doesn't really matter.
Oh my god, Crawl, why you do this?
So, Crawl, Fairborn Harrier seems to just run directly into you. And you kind of get like... It gets knocks into you and falls over, and you get knocked over in the process. And it stays within your range, so you don't get the op it. Joyfried. And the Void Torn is going to make a shot at him, but she's going to be disadvantaged because Cross is going to be, prone. That's going to be a miss. Either way, it's going to be Kroz's turn.
Okay,
By the way, Kroz, make a con save.
What?
Because your constitution, yeah. So you lose concentration and earthquake ends.
Oh, that's fine. I was going to cancel it anyway. So this dude, yeah, I stand up, by the way, so. This dude right in front of me, I'm going to cast Banishment, the one with full health.
Mm-hmm.
If I can click it.
Alright,
Come
tap that banishment.
It's only at level 4, so it's not higher level.
Charisma. Wait, so which one are you targeting?
The one that took my space.
What do you say when you banish it? What do you pronounce?
Get fucked.
I have to pronounce something? I don't know, probably...
God descends from heaven and grants these holy words unto the believers. Get fucked.
Probably. I was gonna say like bippity boppity, get out of my property.
You send Jimbo here to the Shadow Realm, or wherever the fuck he's from.
Are you thinking Jimbo?
Yeah, so it's giddy gone, and that's your action. Do you want to do anything else, or?
Yeah, I think I can. Let me. I believe I can bonus action this. It's not a concentration, so yes, I can. So I'm gonna spiteful weapon, summon my little beady boy right here,
Mm-hmm.
and he's gonna hit this thing.
Mm-hmm.
And well, I don't
That's a
have
hit.
to. Yeah, and I don't think it can hit me back, right? Because
Yeah.
it's not me,
Hit me, baby, one more time.
right? So yeah.
So you swap it. It's Ben-Hur's turn.
Ooh, I have movement though.
You
I
want you
spent
want
the
to
rest of
move?
my movement to flank it.
Ah, clever boy. All right, Ben-Hur, it's your turn. The
All right.
earthquaking has stopped, so the enemies who are far away and have been held down are kind of on the verge of arriving.
Well, I'm gonna use the last cannon shot to hit that far weirder one more time.
All right, give me that roll, and then give me that 10d10. We'll see. The number to hit
Oh, I
is
forgot
19.
I need to do the roll first, but
So you hit 64.
die.
It takes an extra strain to use as a reaction. It takes a strain when it is hit to use the psychic ability.
Stop doing that.
It's gonna try and drop a psychic hammer on Joyfried.
Oh, okay, that's all right.
It's gonna miss. Also,
Thank God.
You had to take 3 strain to do that 2 times, and I forgot, so 6 overall. Okay. So that's Ben-Hur's turn, I assume.
I'm also gonna cast
a bonus action. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. What do you
Yeah,
cast?
so that would probably help. I'm running out of good spells, but I'm just gonna God Hand a bitch. I'm gonna God Hand the far wielder. Weirder. He's almost dead.
Isn't that a melee attack?
Oh, I keep forgetting it is. Damn it.
You could melee. This guy is right here.
Yeah, sure. Why not? I'll walk up and I'll slap a bitch.
All right, you're.
Actually, no, I don't want to get that close to the rest of the party because they're gonna drop more hammers on me.
He has been avoiding hitting his friendlies, but yeah.
I mean, if you just,
So far,
if you
but, you know,
kill him, then there won't be a friendly
I'll
to.
just go Baleful Flame.
Who are you targeting?
I'm targeting the far weirder again.
All right, and the DC should actually be 19. I don't know why I fucked it up.
Yeah, let me see if I can change that.
It's probably like spell save DC. It's like you'll probably have a question somewhere in there about what the saving throw is based off of, or if you.
You should be able to make it custom or something.
Oh yeah. Oh no. Rather than keying it off of your charisma, key it off of your spell. You'll say charisma somewhere. Click a drop-down box. Top option will be spell. You want to click spell. That's what I fucked up. Anyway, it passes the charisma save with 21.
Oh, well, fuck it. Okay, that's my turn now.
Alright, it's the Farborn Harrier's turn. The Farborn Harrier sees that it has advantage on an enemy because they're prone. So they're going to pop 2 shots at Joyfried.
Wait, when did I get prone? Oh, wait, never mind, I remember.
You got hammered.
So that's going to be a terrible miss the first time, and a fine hit the second time.
I didn't know Peter Gabriel was part of this fight.
Gross.
So that's 11 damage. They slash you, and then they slurp into you, and you feel the pain ringing in your mind. And then the Farborn Harrier is not flanking, and they have to be flanking to get their Harrier damage, so they don't get it. It is Joyfried's turn.
Okay. I'm gonna be like, nah, fuck this shit about the claws, and I'ma snipe this bitch
Excellent.
with my sword.
You are flanking him.
Yeah. Alright, so let's do this.
That's gonna be that's gonna be 2 hits. You have Vendetta on him.
Of course I do. Let me roll that twice then.
Mm-hmm.
Look at you people with your ability to hit things in melee.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah.
Crazy how that works. Okay. And I didn't roll damage insofar as I'm aware for the other 2, so boof.
20.
And boof.
12. And I think he's going to
32,
survive long enough to
27.
counterattack you. And he's going to miss.
Nice.
And then he definitely dies, though, because that's an extra 27 damage coming his way. Yeah, you slice him apart, and as he dies, he's got that weird toxic stuff that was going up to you. His blood seems to be the same color as you cut him open. But then you realize there's a series of sacs and tubes and bladder that constitute his inner biology, and they're full of all sorts of weird, cool colored things, and bits that twinkle like the stars, and unknowable purplish voids slurping out like an opened sack that just sort of flattens into the ground.
Homie, don't swing that way. I'm sorry.
Yeah, so it's that's your turn. You have half of your movement left, and you have a bonus action.
Yeah.
Oh, and you killed him, so you heal that second vendetta damage.
That's what I was gonna say. So that second vendetta 20, so I heal 20
Yeah, so you're up to 102 now.
plus 20. I'm 122 or 102.
You at 102. I bumped you.
Thank you.
No problem.
Okay, so I do have half my movement left. Let me see. I'm going to move over here, and then I'm going to... Wait, alright, so...
So you stood up, so that's half your movement.
So... I'm gonna...
Yeah.
Yep, so I can be there. I'm gonna duck and take as much cover as I can from the 5-foot decline.
Yeah, you're gaining some cover. Minus +2 or whatever. The far weirder is going to it's decided it is not really having this. It takes out the psychic warhammer from earlier. It crumples it such that like purple arcs of light spread all across it as it cracks it. It throws it on the ground at its feet, and it disappears.
Just fucking.
Coward.
Just fucking smoke bombed.
What a dick.
Yeah, this Void Torn closes tomato with Joyfried. And she swings her unmetal curved blade. The glinting of stars and void dance across the sheer metallic curvature and gently undulating edges of this unreal blade. To taste its edge.
Have you heard about the Void Turn from Unreality? They have curved swords. Curved
God.
swords.
Alright, so that's going to be a hard miss.
It's because it's curved. They try
Can
to hit it.
I use a free reaction to interject to my comrades? Leave this one to me.
Alright. Max, this lady is in your radiant aura. So she is going to make a cha. Cha-cha real smooth. And by real smooth, I mean fail horribly. Take 26 damage. Oh yeah, she's not going to be able to take another hit like that. And she's going to be... Oh yeah, well she couldn't flank anyway. Because he did. She's going to come up and she's going to try and hit Kraz with her unmetal curved blade. That's also going to be a miss. It's going to be Kraz's turn.
I'm gonna counterattack as a reaction with the spiteful weapon.
Alright. That's going to be a hit. Roll that damage. Alright, you hurt her greatly. She
Alright.
seems pretty beat up. Her third eye
Now
is kind of popping out a little.
Now it's gonna be my turn. Now I'm gonna smack him with my warhammer.
That's
Is that
going to
hit?
be a hit. Roll that damage.
Are they okay?
Yeah, so she's dead as fuck. Yeah, you pulp her brain right through the third eye slot, too. It all just sort of
Nice.
out and like a. It's kind of like fish, you know, like when you pull apart some tilapia. That's what it looks like on the inside. Sort of a white, indistinguishable, mushy goop.
I mean, the fish has grain to it.
Like the inside of tilapia? A grain,
Yeah, there's a grain.
A grain, yeah. There's a grain here too, like the folds of its brain, kind of.
The folds of his grain.
I'm fucking doing it at the fucking webcam position, but like on my laptop. But I have a real webcam now, so I'm, yeah, fuck me. Cross. Do you want to move? Do you want a bonus action move your spiteful weapon, perhaps?
She's gonna screech at me if I kill it. So
Well, it's actually too far for you to hit anyway, because I think you can move it 20
it can
feet.
bonus move. No, this is the spiteful weapon. It bonus moves up to 70.
Oh shit! What the fuck?
Yeah.
Man. Well, in that case, can you? Oh yeah, you don't have anything else. Yeah. Well, I mean,
Yeah.
so that's.
I'm just gonna move back to here and wait for this boy to come back.
Venher, what you up to?
Well,
If the spell doesn't get interrupted,
He's
doesn't it like stay
this one
banished?
to her.
I think there's a small duration. It's not amazing. It is up to 1 minute, and it's a concentration.
Okie.
Joyfried here asked to leave this last one to her, and I'm not going to do that.
Yeah, that's kind of what I
So I'm going to walk up and I'm going to god slap it.
Dick.
All right. Do you get into flanking business? It doesn't matter. Yeah. So you, with the baleful energy coursing around your pimp hand, you just give her a taste of the glove. Roll that damage. Oh yeah, the force alone is enough to kill her. You bitch slap her head off her shoulders, and it goes careening into the opened canyon. The head rebounds off the sides like metal And with that, the last things on the field are gone. Although you do hear sound in the distance. Remember when he blew that psychic war horn earlier?
I imagine he called reinforcements.
Yeah. So to the first ones arriving are to the west. However, you see a lot of far-born harriers arriving. There's like 8 of them, and they can't get across this gap, and they don't really have a ranged option. But they do see that the wall is open.
If only there was something I could do to make it a lot more difficult for an army to advance right now. Oh, wait, there is.
Alright, what are you going to
do? Control weather.
Oh?
When you cast a spell, you change the current weather conditions, which are blah, 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 blah. Precipitation, temperature, wind takes 1d4 times 10 minutes for the conditions to take effect. I mean, it won't stop these guys, but the rest of the army coming along will probably have a tough time.
Alright, so you wanna call down a spiteful storm.
When the spell ends, blah, 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 find the current condition of the following table, change it step by 1. So, the table isn't formatted at all on where I can read it, so I'm not really sure how to read this, but essentially, I want to make it real bad outside.
Alright, sure. You can arrange that. A storm.
So I cast it. Does all that.
The clouds open up and you make a storm that would truly make even Idge, goddess of storms, the 7th to die, jealous. And heavy rains, lightning, all that good jazz. And what do you do? What do you guys do now?
I think we should descend.
Yeah, that's where the directions take you. Do you want to descend into this crevasse in the earth?
Yes. Is anything required to do that, or can we just do it?
What about the purple crystals?
Well, it's yeah. What about the purple crystals?
You can do anything with those?
You can take a look if you want to.
Also,
Max, if you don't have an innate flying speed, then you can't fly. How do you want to descend to this massive fissure in the earth?
Okay, I have a plan. It's called Cast Wings of Spite on me and my party members.
Congratulations. Everyone now has a fly speed of, what is it, 60?
40.
40, yeah.
Nice.
so
Are they leathery, like bat-like wings?
Rose gold translucent.
Gold translucent?
Rose?
yeah, rose
Rose.
gold.
Like
Okay.
an iPhone.
Yeah, that iPhone color.
I can work with that.
So, what happened with this boy? Is he just kind of gone?
Your spell fades, and you know that you sent him away, and he should be coming back, but you get the feeling that someone else has become involved in the process now, and they're a little above your level.
Okay, well then.
You don't doubt that the Farborn Harrier has returned to this realm, but you don't think that he came back here.
Alright.
Fucking weird.
Well, these are extra-dimensional invaders. He was sent here somehow. For all you know, logistics was just like, hey, get the fuck back into the fight. Portal is second door on the left. Or some unspeakable Cthulhian monster ate its brains for breakfast for failure. You don't know.
I won't touch the crystals.
Alright, well.
Yeah. So, okay, so Venher, what does Venher and Joyfried do as Kraz touches the crystals?
I probably am, like hovering over the pit.
Hovered over the pit.
Alright, where's my character? Yeah, I'm gonna be like kinda... Whoa, not that far, sorry. I'm gonna be like, I guess I haven't left the ground yet. I'm just kinda chilling right over here. And I'm looking at, Kraz like, what are you doing?
Kraz, can you make a wisdom save for me?
Oh boy. Wait, that's the best thing I can do.
Alright, a whisper, a vision. The white bird over the endless sea. Don't do it, don't do it, don't do it. False promise, false promise, false promise. Don't! And right at that moment, the shard nearest to your hand rotates, shakes for just a second perceptibly, and rammed itself hard into your hand. It pierces the palm very fucking thoroughly, dealing 7 piercing damage. And a purple ice-like entity, more like a stain, spreads out across your fingers and down your arm, and it feels like all sensation in your right hand goes dead. You have gained an Ort. Please roll 1d6 to see which Ort you get.
5.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Turn. You've gained the Ort. Turn. You can shift the thoughts of the target, influencing their course of action and causing them to stop focusing on you. And, there's more Scion save stuff. Oh, I'm showing people the document. Oops. Okay, I can't see our faces right now. They're just seeing random corners of the Google Doc. Anyway, so you've gained 1 Ort, and you get the feeling like you're about to manifest more. And you know that this is a form, a potential, which perhaps when combined with the others that you saw them using would have other applications.
Power.
Yeah.
Touch.
Power.
Yeah. What do you do now, Kraz?
I have the worst minions.
I touched them all.
Someone in chat the other day was saying, damn, Max should hire these blind monks. They're way better than his guys.
Well, I mean, the blind monks clearly almost beat you guys to death. I got this guy over here touching his crystals, getting the rocks off.
My character's literally just rolling her eyes and shaking her head furiously.
Well, you think you're so much better, but just a moment ago, you tried to command your own god.
Said I?
Ooh.
Oh,
You said, leave this one to me.
I was talking to Cross, darling.
Were you? You didn't say Krav, leave this one to me, or whatever his name is. I don't even remember. Krav? Is his
Do you
name?
actually listen to the commands of mortals? I had assumed not.
Yes. Maybe. Maybe not. But Ben-Hur is a very petty god.
Oh, I know. My character's literally just like being a huge dick.
The petty queen. All right.
My dog's just staring at a wall right now.
So you guys are, okay. So Cross,
So
you've just
I'll
been,
tell
your hand is crystalled up. What you gonna do now, Cross?
I want to touch another.
With the same hand or with a different hand?
Nah, the same hand.
Okay. It like seems like it's reforming itself on your hand, and then another, and then another, and then all the shards fly onto your hand and up your arm, and roll me a d6 2 more times. Rerolling any duplicates.
So 3 and 2.
Okay. You've gained probe and shunt.
Probe and shunt. College.
So, your arm is also now a weird purple crystal thing, and it's starting to take on like the lizard man scale characteristics.
Oh, that's cool.
It's kind of like you feel like it's like your body is China, and the crystal is communism, and it's
There's no chance.
it's psionic crystal with lizard man characteristics. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's a pretty good apt description there.
So yeah, you don't really feel a lot of sensation coming from your arm anymore, but you are acutely aware of everything around it. Like you've gained some other sense.
This is gonna change a dude's jerking off game forever.
I'm a lizard.
I'm not gonna make assumptions about the private habits of lizard people.
I hear that lizard people have 2 penises as opposed to 1.
Oh,
That's
sharks.
great. Now he has sensation in either of his arms, so you know
That's
he keeps
sharks.
the party going.
Alright, but what if
God.
it's so sharp that it accidentally breaks one of them?
I have
Where
2
are-
hands.
It's
Couple leather gloves.
The crystal. Okay, that works.
so
I think you gotta plan these things through.
Cross,
That's
is that what is on Croz's mind right now?
There's 2 important aspects to the god of spite. 1, do spiteful stuff. 2, plan through your masturbatory
No,
acts.
it's not on the top of his mind.
All right, so there's a great cavern below, and Venhir's eyes see like it's got like a cavern that's been split in half far below. Like when you're walking around in Minecraft in the overworld, some chunks don't load, and you're like, "Ooh, shit, a cavern with some diamond. Gonna go after that shit."
Yeah.
Does Cross finally join the party, or does he just fuck around some more?
Cross joins the party.
All right. Oh, oops. I did not mean to GM later.
Cross apparently deleted.
My
No.
character's like, about damn time.
So the three of you,
Off those crystals.
descend.
Yes.
It takes a while to fall. And as you do so, you hear the sound of stuff behind you, like a swarm of things, some of which have wings, coming up behind you.
Are they having no trouble with the storm?
They don't have trouble. They have trouble with the storm, but these are things that are like diving through the canyons, and you get the feeling they're used to like. It sounds like you hear the beating of leathery wings, wings that are used to a dimension far harsher than this one.
That's very rude of them. They should be used to a softer dimension. Why do aliens never come from like extra-dimensional invaders? Never come from like the dimension of like milk and honey?
Well, why would they leave if they were from there?
Well, alright, have you seen Star versus the Forces of Evil? Because basically that's the deal with monsters in that realm. Like, humans can beat them up easily.
Also, maybe they left because the housing and costs got too expensive.
Yeah, maybe.
It's like San Francisco.
So you come upon a weird like strange like loamy layer down deep with the weird layers of stone that are here, and you see something big in the wall, something big and misshapen, and strange. It's like a gaping doorway, and you guys hear
right.
you hear some stuff like you hear the flapping of wings behind you. You know you're being harried.
Well, let's get in, boys.
The doorway it's just covered in ancient runes. It's just big stone. Looks like it's had chiseled into it various runes, and most of them are lunar related, and some of them are warnings. They are there's a big doorway, like a portal, like where a portal should be, and there's just nothing there. It's just you just see through it, through the cave wall on the far side.
Huh.
You hear your pursuers about 400 feet away.
Well, we should head on in then.
This is the entrance.
This is the entrance. It is covered with a great many runes, which, as you look closer, they seem to be where the runes have been etched. Is this gold?
Is it?
It's like gold. It's the color of gold, but it's not gold. It's as if though whatever carved these left a golden mark.
Interesting. Is there any chance I could roll like a knowledge history or knowledge arcana?
Arcana or nature or history. They would give you different parts of the puzzle.
I'll start with. I'll do an
By
arcana.
the way,
real quick.
when Joyfried makes it around here, she feels the heartseat call to her, vibrate like it wants to be bled.
Oh, interesting. Can I do an insight check to see if that's even remotely a good idea?
You can do an insight check. Yeah, you think it's a great idea.
Shit,
Alright, well, I got a natural 20 on my arcana roll.
Yeah, so you...
I got an unnatural 31.
Damn, bitch.
Yeah, so you two know that this had to be druids. This had to be druids of a caliber that haven't been seen since before that crazy lady replaced her heart with the heart seed and then fought you guys. The kind that hadn't been seen since, Max and the gods were young. These druids were at the zenith of their power before Gaia's children overwhelmed it, and, the gods changed the face of the land, the Idge raised the water levels, all that shit. This was made by the old druids. Not just any of them. The moon druids.
I miss the old druids.
And these moon druids, they sought to commune directly with the source of their power. This, unmistakably, is the Moon Gate.
Wait, this is the what?
The Moon Gate.
The Moon Gate.
This is where you are being led. And finally, a character makes sense that Max remembers from earlier. It had the coordinates, and then it had a simple symbol. A symbol that means nothing without other runes around it. It means in, or inside of, or contained within, but it can also be a connector, a call to a different function.
Is this gonna be some Doki Doki Literature Club shit? We're getting calls and functions. Someone was talking about
Don't tempt
admin
me.
access.
Don't tempt me. Don't tempt me.
Just money.
So
who gets game ended?
Yeah, so Joyfried, you want to bleed that heart? Your pursuers are 200 feet away.
Alright, Joyfried's gonna look at Ven here, and she's gonna look at Kraz. Almost, just to kind of gauge their reactions as she, pulls her backpack down and, feels the heart in her hand. What do you guys, what do your faces show? If you're paying attention at all.
I'm probably looking at you like, what the fuck you doing?
I feel like I kind of want to try and touch it this time with the purple hand to see if there's any different reaction.
No, my character's not gonna let you touch it. She's Well, she feels pretty compelled to do it. So she's gonna squeeze the heart.
Okay.
What is this? Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom?
Give
Yes.
me a
Kalima.
charisma save.
This is Joyfried in the temple of I do what the fuck I want.
Yeah. Give me a charisma saving throw, Joyfried.
Alright.
Joy Freed and the Temple of Seed. It rhymes too, which is, just...
Kraz is also giving me a charisma save.
I have to do a charisma save. Oh no.
Joyfried feels a green glow overpowering her vision, but she retains control. Meanwhile, Kraz's arm, against his will, moves forward and fans out, deploying a screen between him and the heart seed, as the juices are released from the heart seed and then turn to flame and lick out across the runes, turning the gold to a green. And then a silvery liquid, like mercury, jets between the edges of the portal. Ripples, turns still, and slowly but surely turns, growing depth, taking color, showing you through the pool. The inside of something massive. What's that in the is it runes? Through a small hole, you see something. It takes you a moment to recognize. But you're seeing the realm from the moon. From a hole in the frozen moon. The
Shit.
moon gate is before you. All warmth begins to die around you.
Hot.
Not fun. Maybe fun.
The moon gate lies ahead, and the heart seed beckons its holder to move onward. She retains control, but her vision has gone green. So yeah, Venher, what's she gonna do?
So, you said there's a small hole, so I can't fit through it?
No, sorry. There's a small hole in the moon that you can see. This is a fucking massive portal that's like, this is like a 35-foot wide, 100-foot tall portal. You can get in.
Oh yeah, I'm going in. Kidding me?
Alright. Kraz, Joyfried, do you follow Venher?
Dude, we're going to the moon!
Yeah, my character's just like, let's go to the moon.
Right. As
To the moon, though.
As you go through, you see behind you some terrible, unspeakable things landing, leathery wings and such, but you're bothered not. You proceed through. Your bodies impact this strange, shimmering surface. It turns again to a silver liquid like mercury. It envelops your bodies. Schlorp. Where once there were 3 figures, there is now nothing. The moon gate turns silver again. And that's it for this week. Stop on 11:30 on the dot, and we're all very tired, so I'm thinking we start ladies first, female privilege, clockwise. Danielle, give me your feedback. Favorite, least favorite. Tomorrow.
Clockwise. Wow.
Oh,
I feel
fuck.
Yeah, that was funny as shit. Yeah, alright, so this was rad. I'm liking this. I'm liking all the directions that this is heading. I'm still super confused about the whole Godslayer aspect. What I like the most, what did I like the most? I can tell you, like, immediately what I disliked the most, and this is so stupid and petty, but, like, that gross, like, claw that has, like, ooze that goes into people's body, that creeped me the fuck out.
Honestly,
More of those.
I feel like, I mean, I'm sorry, but also, that's almost a good thing, because it's like, they're supposed to be creepy things from another dimension, but I didn't exactly have, like, Cthulhian art. So, as much work as I could do with the descriptions of, like, the blades and the claws, I wanted to. Sorry to give you the heebie-jeebies, though, fam.
You know, I'm easily heebie-jeebied by things that are gross and parasitic and or transformative in nature, if they're not consenting, you know.
Mm-hmm. I got
It's both my phobia and my fetish, depending on how you swing it.
Mm-hmm. So what was
love and hate are very close together. That was my romantic strategy in college.
What's your favorite part?
Oh, we're still streaming. Oh, jeez.
Yeah, so what was your favorite part, Pat?
Favorite part, yeah. Let me think. I mean, I really like how you seem to have all three of us kind of sectioned off in like the mythos as being able to do different things by nature of our individual traits. I mean, it's just it's really clever and well thought through. From the beginning, we knew that there were like certain things that a god could do that everybody else couldn't do, and then that transfers over to the dream world, and it goes to the the planetarium or whatever the hell that was called. Yeah, no, it's just the mythos of this world is super well thought out. You are a world builder as you tout.
Thank you.
It is very clever.
Cross has definitely just upped the ante on the whole unique things about characters.
Oh yeah, no. I personally would never have done that. So like, I guess somebody had to do it, right?
Yeah. Well,
Power.
Yeah. Do I? Okay. Is there anything you'd like to see more of? You don't have to have one there, but
Yeah. More of. I want to see more of the dream world. I want to see where that all leads.
yeah, that was supposed to be a bigger part that I failed to introduce in the first session. But yeah.
No, it's cool. I kind of figured it was going to be a bigger part, which is why I was like, we were only there for like half an hour.
Yeah.
What's up with this?
You might expect to see some more of it. Ooh. But yeah, I think we're gonna have like 2 more episodes rather than 1 more episode.
Also,
So
the fucking moon, like, super dope. Can't wait to see what we do with that.
Excellent. All right. Bulltrip. Give me that favorite, least favorite. What you want to see more of?
Yo, I think probably mentioned this before, but as always, descriptions, they're fucking amazing. You can really see everything in my head as you describe them, so that's really good. I like this combat a bit more because I was actually able to do something because I swapped around my spells. So that's more me thing. I don't know. I didn't really dislike anything. I guess maybe more time in the Dreamwell, like she said. So
Yeah. So lack of Dreamwell time.
yeah, I guess that would do. So that's a cool little neato narrative thing that we're doing.
Yeah.
I feel like that'd be fun to
Those are
go
your,
deeper.
those are your Dreamwell objects behind you. Your Dreamwell followers. The fucking AK and the sword.
Am I the AK?
I don't know. Max. Oh wait, no. Bulltrip. Is there anything you'd like to see more of?
Dreamwell. That's really it.
Fair.
I mean,
That's fine. Maxi Pookins.
All right. I enjoyed the whole thing. I like knowing what my spells did. That came in handy. Yeah, I don't really have any major criticisms.
Was there a part which was maybe like slower or less interesting for you?
Sometimes during the fight, it felt a bit slow because there was a lot of like NPCs to process.
Yeah.
That's just the nature of the beast at times. Aside from that, grab the sword.
Okay, I'll be right back then.
I think mine's actually bigger than yours.
Oh.
I got this.
I would have to go get something off of a wall that I'm not willing to get off of a wall. Actually, do we still have that sword? You have to have that sword.
Mine's really taken poorly care of.
This one is very long.
Had it since I was a kid.
Oh.
My grandma got it for me.
Oh.
It's actually pretty authentic. It was made, like, by hand and all that shit.
Nice.
Gotta do some of this.
My brother got one too. But I got the broadsword somehow.
Oh my gosh. More sword stream. Alright, yeah.
Wait, actually, I have one in arm's reach now that I think about it. It's not a sword, but...
Well, I mean, this is my symbol. Go find yourself some sort of, go find a hammer, bitch.
I don't win with a Swyhander.
Is that a fucking bayonet? That's
No,
why.
this is a Shoto, actually. I got it from a guy who didn't want it anymore for like $20. And I looked up how much this exact one goes for online. It's like 150.
Nice.
Jesus.
Bulltrip.
Yeah.
Bulltrip, you should definitely
Yo.
break out that Zweihander for the Rosenkrieg whenever we do it. You should definitely be
Yeah,
a
it's-
master of the longsword.
I got
You can see the
I
metal
got this
pattern.
thing from my
It's sexy.
from my roommate.
Is that the one that's inscribed? Yeah. Oh my god.
No, the one that's inscribed in the
So
background.
much nerd shit going on. Alright, Max,
Yeah,
what was your least...
So many phallic objects.
So we got your least favorite. Fight could be a bit slow. What was your favorite part?
Favorite part? I mean, I really like the Moon Kid opening. That was pretty cool. The orrery stuff was awesome. I kind of like when there's like a big mysterious thing. That's a lot of fun. The rending of the earth was interesting. I busted out a lot of my bigger name spells and did my first miracle, and that was fun.
Mm-hmm.
I will say my first miracle did feel a bit scripted almost. I didn't mind using it there, and I probably would have, even if it wasn't as heavily leaned into. But it did feel a little bit like a, hey, you're supposed to use a miracle here.
I had imagined that... So I had imagined that moment happening, and I had imagined, like, Bastien being at some other city that you guys would go to, and a whole other thing, and I decided that I was going to roll it into some other stuff, and then I think I kind of went with it just because I liked that line, and didn't even come out that well, all things considered. But think about how Gaia's love was so very far, and your spite is so very near. But yeah.
Well, what can I say?
No, I like that part.
It's proximate.
But yeah, no, I mean, it was a bit scripted. You're right.
I terribly mind that. It's just an observation.
Yeah. And is there anything you'd like to see more of in like the 2 episodes we have left, or the 1 episode we have left?
No. The one thing I will say is I actually forgot to block off this evening on my work schedule, and they scheduled me to work this evening. I managed to get out of it at the last minute.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Well, that's good. Or we were gonna have Buddy Cop episode 2.
I mean,
The God in half the stream. The half-streamed God.
I probably would have been done by like 9-ish, but still.
Yeah, that's fair. So with that, I think we're concluding the stream. There are some... Stay, though. There was like one thing I want to ask you guys.
Okay.